Look, you and me on the Charles River. I could die right now, Clem. I'm just happy. I've never felt that before.
What's up, everybody?
What up, guys? Welcome back. Sorry we haven't streamed in a while. Brad decided to AFK for a little bit. Oh, I need chat. Oh, it's kind of there. It's in the center. It's just not full screen.
Let me know when my mouse is on it.
Oh, okay. It's not even on the screen. There you go. Left. Left. Up. 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 Straight up, dude. Straight up, straight up, straight up. Alright, down. Down. Left. Up. Click. No, you didn't have to hold click. You just had to click the screen.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's what you were doing?
Thank you. Alright, guys. We are back. Today we are building quite the behemoth of a system in our 11. The ROG Strix Crosshair with a 9950X3D, and then the massive Gigabyte Aorus Master RTX 5090. I'm guessing 64 gigs. Yep, 64 gigs of memory. Bunch of Lean Unifans and 8 terabytes of NVMe storage. So, and then obviously all the streamers money can buy, even the CPU streamer. So we always say the check every box build. This is check every box and then some. This is a absolute unit build. So CPU is pre-socketed. So that makes our job a little easier. I'll move this graphics card. Dude, this box of the graphics card, if you like cut this front half off and then stretch it across the top, in terms of like liters, this box is probably the size of my whole PC.
Yeah. No, honestly, it might actually be.
Yeah. Like I think that box has the same volume to it that my whole computer does. It's those things are huge, man. Go ahead and get all of the peels off. Where's my for those who dare? Still gotta be here. They didn't get rid of it, did they? Did they get rid of it? Well, that's sad. I don't feel daring anymore.
No, they didn't get rid of it, did they?
No, some boards have it, but this one doesn't. Now it doesn't feel like it's as risky to put RAM in the gen slots.
Yeah.
Before, it kind of put my adrenaline. I was like daring, dude. I felt like Indiana Jones. Putting RAM in an SSD, and it was scary. And as everyone can see from the memory, we are going with a white build. Oh. Hey guys. What up? Bulldog Leo. I almost said Bulldog Leo. Like just combined it in the one word.
Oh. Hey, what's up, Bulldog? He was the first winner of the PC.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude. Oh yeah, the actual the beam one?
Yeah. What is that?
I lost my screwdriver on my desk. I don't know where it went or who nabbed it. And I left this here months and months and months ago. This is like my own little tiny little screwdriver. So I just took it back out. It's just been on the desk this whole time. But I love it because it's just so
cool. Luke Goblin 2X, what's up?
So these are still they're fast drives, and when it comes to gaming, Gen 4 is still the maximum that you need. But just in case this customer is doing any sort of data work or doing a lot of file transferring and wants to get a Gen 5 SSD for work-related reasons, we are going to leave the top lane open because that is going to be the PCIe 5 M.2 lane. So, Brad, what did you do this weekend? Guys, it was Brad's birthday weekend, and that's why we have not been streaming.
Yep, took an extra couple days. Oh, I didn't do anything really.
Honestly, that's the best thing.
Yeah, I'm not
People-
complaining.
People, I feel like, underestimate how good it is to sit there and do absolutely nothing at all. It's just peaceful, it's zen, and it resets your mind more than anything.
Yep. Yeah, Monday I didn't do. I just sat around all day, which was nice. And yesterday I drove down to Champaign.
Oh my gosh, that's like a far drive.
Yeah, it's 3 hours.
Yeah, I was like, that's like where we were going for Ashmore.
Yeah, Ashmore. What's funny is we were. My dad and I went. What's up, Angelic Angel? How's it going? And Attitude Games. What's up, man? And my dad was driving, and we started like we turned off on the side road, and I'm like, we took this way to get to Ashmore.
Through all the farms.
Yeah,
It
we
was a
took the
peaceful
exact
drive.
same fucking route.
Yeah,
We just turned off sooner.
it's funny how we eventually found each other on the road
Yeah.
too, and we left at like different times.
Yep. I forgot about that.
But dude, I love cutting through the farm sometimes and getting off the highway.
I don't know, it's a little less stressful.
And it's like, yeah, and it's out in the middle of nowhere, and it's still like 60 miles
Yep.
an hour plus. So it's like
And there's no
nobody's
traffic.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody's there.
Yeah, that's what I did yesterday.
So you drove there yesterday and then drove back the same day. So you spent 6 hours in the car yesterday. Oh,
Yeah, to get Mountain Dew Code Red Zero. The only place the guy told me, he opened up the door, and he's like, you know they stopped making this, right? And I was like, don't tell me that. I just drove 3 hours.
did they
And-
have it?
Yeah, they had it. He's
Oh.
like, we're the only plant in the entire U.S. that still gets it. And he was telling me how they have people from all over the U.S. come with trucks
Oh my
to come pick
god!
up the Code Red Zero
Like,
because you can't get it anywhere else. I bought 10 12 packs. It's only $50. It comes out to about $12 or $5 a 12 pack, which is cheaper than what you can get at the store if you were to
Dude,
just buy a regular 12 pack.
that is still more effort than I could ever do for soda pop.
Code Red is my absolute favorite. I haven't been able to have it because I stopped making diet, and then I started getting into the habit of buying regular, and I had to stop that because I was drinking way too much of it.
Well,
And then I would just get it as a little treat when I went to the store instead of like candy or something. I'd get a Code Red. Our voices one?
yeah.
Is it which one? It might have been mine.
Is that better? So,
Seems like it's coming back better.
but I also can't like completely throw away because like I don't know if I drive that way specifically for that reason, just to pick it up and run. But I am a huge root beer guy. I think that's kind of a hot take too in the soda world.
Root beer?
Yeah.
I love root beer.
I love root beer, but I hear a lot of people are like disgusted by root beer. Root beer and cream soda, and I love both of those. I love those are my
Cream soda
super...
is just.
No, stop it there. I love
I
But, like,
enjoy cream soda.
I love
but wouldn't-
grandpa stuff, man. Always have.
Yeah.
Like when all my friends were like, like when we were like 9, 10, and they were eating like super chocolate chunk Moose Tracks ice cream, I had butter pecan and I loved it. Rum raisin, love that too.
Yeah, you are an old man.
But I love root beer, and a lot of companies won't do like actual sassafras root beer anymore. So like, if I found a place that did, the Ren Fair still does, but if I found a place that like actually had like the world's best sassafras root beer, I would find a reason to spend like a week in like a town outside of it, so I could have a vacation, and then I'd bring back like 800 bottles worth to stock up.
Check out.
Because there's something that just tastes different. Like I like Barks. Actually,
Oh, okay.
you know what I really liked as a kid?
That's called wintergreen. That
Wintergreen.
they put in Barks. Berghoff. I was just about to ask this. Berghoff. They use even more wintergreen than Barks. Oh, it's so good. It's a Chicago-based root beer.
I like Sprecher's a lot too. But dude, you want to know something funny? Like Barks, at least like in my outlet of the world, was the like go-to like store brand. Like you just go in the store root beer.
Yep.
I actually loved Mug.
Mug is good. Yeah.
I actually liked Mug a lot.
Do you remember Dad's root beer?
Yep.
I love.
They still make Dads.
Do they?
Yeah, I still see the can with the big blue.
Yeah.
You know, that I still see that, but it's like bottles. I still see it in
Okay.
bottles, certain places.
I haven't seen Dad's in forever, but I love Dad's.
You love Dads?
Yeah.
I like Jones a lot too.
I don't think I've ever had their root beer.
Their sodas are just great.
They had Jones made the Nuka-Cola.
Yeah, I went to Target. I have 2 cases.
Oh, do
Well,
you?
1 case. Because I went to Target, I bought 2 cases for it. 1 to drink and see if it was any good, and 1 just to keep.
I really wanted to get it. I couldn't find any.
Yeah, they just sold. You had to go to. It was like only at Target.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I was at work, and I made the GameStop run for everyone. I was like, all right, send me some money, and I'll get you a Nuka-Cola.
Oh, yeah.
And they only had like 20 on the shelf.
Oh, really?
Like that, yeah, that was it. So it was okay. Like taste wise, it was all right.
The bottles are cool.
Yeah, that was the cool thing. But it wasn't like super shaped like the bottle. Like it didn't look like a rocket, like where it was rounded and then came up.
Yeah.
It looked like a. I wish they would have gone that extra mile. Dude, there's just like crazy little things back then. Or not back then, but there's just like sometimes the craziest. Like just to make Nuka-Cola soda, right? And it's like a quick collectible thing. Because you know when people make that, it's like when you're in this marketing team, right? And when you're working at Bethesda or you're working at like a soda company, you're not sitting there like saying we're going to make a good beverage for consumers to drink.
Yeah.
You're sitting there saying we're going to make a product that people will resell like 30 years from now, 40 years from now. Like they know that. And there's been so many products like that. Like my uncle was raised in the era of Pet Rock, if you remember that.
Oh, yeah.
And he has Pet Kryptonite. And they just did a Pet Rock and put green spray paint on it. It's literally just a rock. It's not like see-through or transparent like a crystal. It's just a rock with green spray paint on it. And it's in a box and it says Pet Kryptonite. And
Jesus.
the Pet Rock thing I could never understand.
Yeah, I never understood Pet Rocks.
That's like when you see like some schools where they give you the egg to take care of. And it's like, bro, I'm gonna go home and scramble this up right now. Teach you better not.
Alright, I'm looking up this Pet Kryptonite.
Did you find it?
No. I'm
Let-
getting a bunch of dog kryptonite.
Look up Kryptonite Pet Rock.
Oh yeah, kryptonite. Wait, no.
It's old.
Shoot, did it look like this?
It was literally a rock. It comes in. It's in a little
Look at the screen.
blue container, Scroll down. No, you. Yeah.
That's it?
Yep. Yeah. It's just a rock. It's just a stone. Someone went on the beach, picked up a few rocks, painted them green, and sold that. Probably like triple the price of a regular pet rock too. You can tell it's just a rock. It's not see-through or anything. It's just a rock with like lime green paint on it.
People are selling it for $40.
Yeah, that didn't hold its value as well.
No. But still, you're buying a rock for $40. You know?
Yeah.
Jesus.
No,
But
you're
they're-
buying the box for $40 because anyone can go outside, pick up a rock, and paint it green. And like you could say this is an old kryptonite rock, and no one would be able to tell you otherwise. So it's like the box is what you're actually selling.
Ruru 2 says Jesus Christ, Ruri, they're minerals. Very nice, Ruru.
You know what? Marie had it coming. I didn't. I hated her. I hated her and Skylar. They were some of the most insufferable TV characters of all time.
Yeah. Dude, I still get anxiety thinking about that episode where Hank goes in the bathroom. It's the book on the toilet.
Oh yeah. Dude, that also feels the one thing that irks me about that show. I think everything is written so well. Everything. But Walt was so smart. I feel like he would not
He
have
would never have done
he never would have kept it in general. It would have been the second it was given to him in the first place, he would have destroyed it.
Yeah.
Or the other thing that made no sense, I can't remember how it got in the bathroom in the first place, because like I've seen the show twice, and like when he was working at the lab, he had his own separated apartment. Remember?
Yeah.
So I feel like it would have been at that apartment if anything.
Yeah, but then he moved back in.
I know, and he would have thrown it out the second he saw it.
I think he would have thrown it out as soon as he knew that Hank had a copy of it. I think he would have kept it because he was that egotistical.
But he would have thrown
But
it.
he would have thrown it out as soon as he found out that Hank
I feel like
knew about it.
I feel like he would have thrown it out the second what's his face died, like Jesse
That-
killed
yeah.
him, because he knew the cops were gonna see that guy.
Yeah.
I forget his name, Glenn or something. Think of it.
Gale.
Gale, yeah, Gale. Remember?
Close.
GG's. And yeah, that was the one thing that irked me though. Is like I don't mind them. Like obviously they had to wrap it up and have him get outed somehow.
Yeah.
But I was like, just the book, it's like he would not have left it there. Like he just wouldn't have kept it.
No, I don't think he would.
I could see because he kept traits from people. So like when he killed the one kid, the rat for the police, he like started cutting the crust off his sandwiches. You know, I feel like he would have made like the coffee the same way. Like he would have gotten some equipment and made coffee in that same way, and that would have been the thing he kept, because he kept traits like habits people had.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't have kept like the physical book.
Yeah.
So I could have seen him having that like lab set up with all the like I said, the coffee.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just the one thing where I was like, you know what, they have to. I gave it a pass. They had to wrap it up, but I was just like, it was like the same thing when like Joel and Tommy walk in to Abby and them, like, yeah, I'm Tommy. This is my brother Joel. Like, fucking, what up, bud?
Yeah.
Joel Miller? Yeah, it's exactly who I am. I've turned into the most trustworthy person of strangers.
See, here's my ID.
Yeah, I turned into the most trustworthy person of strangers just recently, and then bam, dead. Like it gave me those vibes. Like it's just like it just felt like something he wouldn't have held on to. And then I will say though, after watching both of them too, I actually think Better Call Saul was a better show.
Yeah.
In terms of storytelling.
Agreed. 100%. I love Breaking Bad, but Better Call Saul was a little bit better.
And like I will say, you know, everyone, like that show, I think both those shows kind of show, they're trying to show like everyone's their own worst enemy. Like Walt's own like power trip is what made him become what he is. Saul, though, I firmly believe his brother is the root cause of everything that happened to him. Because he genuinely was trying to be a good guy, good lawyer, do everything the right way. And his brother kept pushing him down, saying, like, his brother told Howard, who actually, remember, Howard actually wanted Saul to be a partner. And the brother pushed it away. And the brother kept calling him a loser. The brother kept denying him. It's kind of like the old saying where someone calls you something enough, or the world calls you something enough, you just become that thing. So
I disagree with you.
Because, like, he was actually doing the right thing. And he brought that case to his brother and them, and they were doing it. And if he was a partner, he would have been in on it. The reason he tried rushing it is because he needed money and a life. Like, it's not like he was going to be a millionaire. He just wanted a life and to make a name for himself. And because he wasn't a partner, that's what pushed him to be mean to the old people and, like, try to force him to settle. But if his brother would have just been nice and let him be a partner and actually give him real cases, I feel like he never would have gotten in the trouble he got in.
I disagree.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why, you don't think people can change?
No, I think people can change, but I think Jimmy always listened to the devil on his shoulder.
But he didn't want to be slip. Like, if you watch the like first few episodes again, he really was.
Oh yeah, he was trying to change.
Like, he really wasn't.
But there was always
Jimmy
that.
anymore.
There was always that.
But I feel like because there was no angel on his shoulder. That was the thing. There was There was no angel on his shoulder. But so I feel like if there was one. It also made no sense to me, though. The only thing about Better Call Saul that made no sense is, like, you found this girl who actually worked her whole life, and you just convince her to be the biggest piece of shit and just ruins people's lives for jokes. That made no sense. I forget her. Who's the girl's name?
Kim.
Yeah, like, I feel like her turning into such a villain, it didn't make sense that I feel like she would just go out of nowhere, start doing that stuff.
Yeah, I think.
But, like, they had to do a show and a romance too, so it's like, what?
Yeah, I think. I agree with you that Chuck wasn't helping, but I also think that Jimmy needed to take accountability. That's why I think, like, the final episode.
That's why I want to see what happens after, dude. I want to know what happens after. Like, how long his service is.
I think he's in there for life.
Because he had so many names too, dude. He could have given up a lot more people.
Yeah. 86 years in prison.
And he also lied under oath too, because his whole thing to, like, show that he was changing was, they asked him, like, could Heisenberg have done his job without you? And he said no. Yeah, he could have found it. He didn't like you. Like, Walt did not like you in any way.
Yeah, but think about the connections that
he had.
That
I know, but he's not the only lawyer with those connections.
Well, in the show he is.
Did you like Camino?
El Camino, yeah.
You did?
I liked it.
I thought it was so weird that Todd, in the span of 2 afternoons, put on like 120 pounds. He was so chunky.
Well, he was gone for like, he didn't.
No, because it took
was only like 6 months or something.
No, it took place like right after Jesse was driving away from the compound.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, okay, yeah. Now.
So he just So you gotta think of it in like the real world. He put on that much weight in like a day.
Yeah, and then he lost it all before.
Just a lot of stress eating. Yeah. Just a lot of stress eating. No, I like that Jesse went to Alaska, but I will say there were some scenes that made no sense to me in that movie too. Like Jesse having that Wild West
Yeah,
shootout in the warehouse.
it didn't feel like Jesse.
No, Jesse.
None of that show made me think it was Jesse.
No, he felt like a Clint Eastwood character or something.
Yeah.
Like, but it was like people
It was
wanted
still-
to see what happened to him.
Yeah, it was still good.
It was cool to see Skinny Pete and Badger again.
Yeah,
But dude, it was all right. I don't think it was terrible. It was just all right.
yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it.
And it was nice that he just went to Alaska. But I wish you see that was another thing with Jesse. Like Jesse made some mistakes, but he wasn't like a terrible person. His parents were awful people.
Oh yeah.
And I wish they actually, because they started a plot line, and I hate when people like don't flow. I hate when what do you call it? Not Schrodinger's cat. What do they call it?
Razor.
No. Chekhov's gun.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that one.
The principle was if you show a gun in someone's office in the first act, it has to be used in the second act. So it's basically just a story thing where if you like show something happening, like, or if you show like put an important key thing, item, story element there, you have to like bring it back later, or what was the point? And they kind of messed up with that because they showed like the parents getting mad at him about the weed and stuff, and then you realize it was his little brothers who was like the genius that they loved.
Yeah.
And then they just dipped that storyline out. They never showed, like, they hinted at it, and then they just kind of dipped out. And it's like, bro. So, like, they brought the parent plotline in and just never followed through. Where there should have been something where the parents, like, figured out that little kid was actually a little bastard.
Apparently, Jesse was never supposed to survive the Tuco fight.
Yeah. But then the people loved him.
Yeah, everybody loved him, so he's like, fuck, well.
I think it was it wasn't Science Bitch. Or was it when they were in the RV? When they were in the RV, like doing the stuff with the batteries and all that, making the battery,
yeah.
He said something there that the director thought was like amazing and just died laughing. And that's like one of the reasons they're like, we're just going to keep this guy on. Too. I forgot which line it was because he's like, I was just dying. And like, honestly, you needed a character like Jesse for a character like Walt.
Yeah.
But, and I liked Walt Jr. too. I like legit, the only characters, I love Tuco, dude. Tuco was awesome.
Tuco was great.
Tuco was amazing. The only characters I couldn't stand at all were literally Marie and Skylar. I could not stand Skylar, dude.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't like, this might be a hot take, she wasn't like strong female character. She was just a bitch. Even in the good days, like even before she knew he was a crime lord and she was working with him, like when the first time I realized I hated Skylar and I was like, this is a horribly written character. Like this is just not a horribly written character, but this is just a terrible human being, is when he actually goes to Jesse's house and she's like, you're selling my husband. You need to stop. Yeah. And I was like, I would divorce her in a heartbeat. Because one, Walt wasn't smoking. But like, two, you just don't do that. That's such a bitch move. That's how you treat like your 9-year-old kid. Like if some kid called him a name and you show up to that kid's house, I need to talk to little Jeremy. Called my kid a bitch. And I have some word, like that's just like, you don't do that, dude. Like right. you let people fight their own battles. You let people like, I could not. Once Skylar showed up at Jesse's house, I was like, she's an awful person. I can't stand her. It's just not something a healthy functioning person does. Because she also had no proof anything was happening. She had no proof. She just assumed things. Like imagine if like, yeah, like imagine if like, I don't know, this is a bad example because this is where we work, but like imagine if like Samara just showed up here and just started talking shit to like TJ. Not that TJ deserves it. He's a great guy. I'm just saying, you'd be like, why?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Like why? Yeah. Like listen, if there's something I need to take care of, I'll take care of. And it's not even like a gender thing too. Like I feel like if a husband did that to like his wife, same thing. Like stop telling my wife pot.
Yeah.
Like it'd be just as like insufferable. Like it's just it's not a gender thing. It's a human thing. That's just such a shitty like what do you call it? Control freak thing to do. Yeah, I hated Skylar. And just the faces her and Marie would make. I don't think they were good actresses. Because their eyes would like bulge out and like twitch, and I'm just like, damn, dude. That's like Ultra Instinct RBF.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I just actually genuinely. I also, this sucks. This doesn't make me seem like sexist, because I also hated Jesse's girlfriend who like OD'd. Because she was just like, she was just using him for money. She's like, let's take all this money and run away. Let's take all this.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, Jesse, she doesn't give a fuck about you. The second she saw the money, that's all she cared about. Like, I don't know how Jesse didn't realize that she was treating him like a drug. Like he was just her escape from her dad.
Yeah.
So it's like, but Jesse wasn't the smartest guy. That was the whole shtick with him. I did like his other girlfriend though, and I felt bad that the girl he met at the rehab, that they just walked her outside and blasted her while he's in the car.
Yeah.
I liked. She was cool.
Yeah.
And then Walt poisoned her fucking kid.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, like he snuck the flowers like in his juice box. Like you don't see it, but that's like, it was finally confirmed like that he snuck it in his juice box at school. Mike though was a GOAT character. Mike was the greatest.
I love Mike.
The actor's such a nice guy too. Have you seen like the interviews when they did Saul again and he's just started crying?
Yeah.
Because he's like, he didn't know where Brian or what's his face? He's like, where is everybody? And he's just like crying on the couch with everyone. Dude, he's such a pure-hearted man. And I did like Hank. Hank was cool. I liked, who was his partner again too? I liked his partner.
Guillermo.
Of everyone in that show, between like, you knew people would die, but between like Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, you know who didn't deserve to die the most in my eyes?
Hank.
No. Like, you knew that was going to happen. From the beginning, you're like, he's probably going to get caught.
I didn't think so.
Oh, I thought he was going to get wrapped up in, like, even when I first
he'd get caught, but...
Well, like, even when I first saw the show, I was like, okay, like every show's predictable, right? Like, predictable, but you can still do something predictable good. Like, in the first episode, they said Hank was a cop. I was like, oh, yeah, he's going to be the one to find out. But I figured that he was probably going to die. Because I figured I was like, there's no way Walt goes to jail. The whole show, I was like, he's going to die too. So I was like, that means Hank has to die. Because I don't see Walt going to jail. No, Nacho. Nacho is the one guy who he deserved to live out of everybody. Nacho deserved to live.
Dude, what's so crazy...
He deserved to live. That pissed me
that
off.
whole thing... Like,
that was the most anxiety-inducing scene for me, too, when they have him, like, kneeling in the desert. Oh.
So, there's a scene when Jesse and Walter take him out to the desert. Saul.
Yeah, and he says Lalo.
Yeah. Lalo sent you as Nacho. That whole thing, and then you watch Better Call Saul, and it just, like...
Well, yeah, because because that's like an easy thing I think to fill in, because they know in Breaking Bad they just said Lalo and stuff, so they just knew we have to make a character with this name.
Yeah.
So, but still, it is
still genius to like retcon that whole thing and make it coherent.
But yeah, Nacho deserved freedom, man.
I thought he was gonna get out.
Yeah, I was like, this is the one guy who needs to make, because I knew for the most part a lot of those people were gonna die. Like I knew Lalo would die or go to jail, or else they would have been in Breaking Bad.
Yep.
So there's a lot of those characters that I knew were temporary, because I was like, well, I didn't see him in Breaking Bad, so they're. But Nacho, I was like, I was hoping Nacho would have been the guy where Saul would find out about the vacuum shop
Yeah.
the first time would be to get Nacho free. Like that's what I thought was coming, and that was like the first wait time that guy showed up originally, because I was like, Nacho just deserved it, man. Nacho was a great guy.
Yeah.
He made mistakes, but he was like Jesse. He made mistakes, but he wasn't like a bad dude.
Yeah.
And then he hated this stuff at the end. Like he was always undercover.
Yep.
Every undercover or person or informant dies in that show. Every informant freaking died.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, dude. Not rest in peace, Nacho, my boy. Yeah, that's the one death that I was like, damn. Should have been Skylar. I actually thought Skylar would die. I thought it would be just Walt and he would, but I was like, damn. And then like I would have taken Marie over Hank. The thing I thought was the worst. Well, who was the partner again?
Thanks.
Yeah,
It's
I just forget his name.
it's
'Cause he also-
isn't it?
Yeah, he had a nickname too. But anyways, I wish he lived because I like the plot line of like you lose your partner and you have to go on. The fact that they both went out.
Steven Gomez. That's it.
Gomes,
Not
Gomi.
Gomi. That's it.
So I wish he made it out too, because it would have been cool that like he went down, because he would also push back against Hank sometimes, like Hanker. So I was hoping like he would make it out and have to do the whole like, you killed my partner, you son of a bitch. And then he does some cartel tactics on the cartel. I'll put your fucking head on a table.
Yeah.
Danny Trejo too, gone too soon.
Yeah. One episode.
One, yeah.
Maybe two.
How do you take someone like Danny Trejo and you're like, we're only gonna put you in one episode?
Probably just, you know.
Do you know that he was actually like a serious criminal?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he was actually like one of the most dangerous men in the world,
Yeah.
and then now he's like the sweetest sweetheart on the planet. Like, how do you go from one of the most scary people on the planet to being in Spike? It's
Right.
like he is
Yeah,
like if anyone
his
is
story is scary.
yeah, if anyone in chat hasn't seen like the story of Danny Trejo, I would actually look it up because he is a genuinely like I would not be scared being in the same room. He's like genuinely a good person, but he didn't used to be. And like he's actually like a big time like comeback story. Where is to open up the power supply real fast? So I got to get that pass through USB.
What's up, old Karen? And what is up, Mike? Sorry, your message has been on screen.
Dude, a lot of years have passed. You know what series they really should make? Because how they did like Better Call Saul. I wish they would do another Sopranos show. But now that like Tony died and like have his kids like grow up, like what are they like? Because like from the time that show has been over, like his kids would have been grown up by now.
Yeah,
So to see what like they're doing. I didn't like Many Saints of Newark.
I haven't seen that one.
Didn't have to be made. Probably better if it
What
wasn't.
was it?
It was a prequel to The Sopranos. It tried to rope me in with John Bernthal. Didn't work out.
What was it called?
Many Saints of Newark. Yeah, it's nice. But like, I want to see an actual series sequel to Sopranos.
Oh, the Gandolfini. Okay, he played.
Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No, he's also in Daredevil, the newest season.
James Gandolfini?
No, Michael Gandolfini.
Okay, I was gonna say James Gandolfini passed away.
Oh shit, that's actually his son.
Maybe I have to see. You'd have to look it up. To see.
Gandolfini. Yeah, it is.
It's crazy. Dude, yeah, that's a series I think could come back. We haven't gotten like a good. Well, I guess there was Peaky Blinders was great, and right now there's Mobland, which is actually pretty good. I liked it, but we haven't gotten like a really good like the Goodfellas, Godfather. We haven't gotten a really good one of those, like just a classical Italian mob story in a while. So I would like to see a sequel series. And like, what's everyone up to now? Oh, I'm putting the power supply together. And really
Is the Ryzen 7 7800X3D will make sense in a $2,000 budget PC?
Depend. Yeah, I have a 7800 X3D, and that's about the price of my computer. Yeah, 7800 X3D, and do like a 5070 Ti or a 9070 XT.
Then
Because like, you don't need to spend crazy money on the motherboard. Like just do like a B850 board from like Tough or MSI, and do like a Thermalright Peerless Assassin or Phantom Spirit, like a $35-50 air cooler in that range. Because like the 7800 X3D is only 65 watts, so you do not need to spend the money on like a $150 AIO. Just get like a $50, $35 to $50 air cooler for it, and you're fine. And yeah, for 5070 Ti or 9070 XT, and you can easily make a 3D build in a $2,000 budget.
when are you gonna switch to Linux like Jay's 2 cents?
Oh, never.
Yeah, no plans.
I like Linux. I have nothing against it. I'm just very like, I'm not like a OS tinkerer. I'm just past that age. Like, it's really cool stuff, and when I was a teenager, it was fun to do all that stuff. But now it's like I just turn on my computer and I want a game, dude. So Windows is just simple, and I haven't gotten a lot of like, I've gotten maybe one Windows 11 issue my whole time, and that was actually when I had to clean install Windows because I thought my computer was broken that time. And then you got like the same issues too, with like the sign in and the account stuff and all that.
Yeah. Dude, what's it called with Windows 11?
What?
There's secure. It's not secure, dude. It's the encryption.
Yeah, the boot locker or whatever the hell
Yeah,
it is.
boot locker.
So
whatever it's
annoying.
called. Yeah, that. Disable that. You have to go on your like Microsoft account and disable it on the website. It is the dumbest thing, but good for laptops. Not really needed for desktops, in my opinion.
But yeah, I forgot Jay. I didn't watch the video. I don't hate Jay. I just kind of fell off watching this. Not for any negative reasons or anything.
Do you need anything to drink?
No, I got that water. Unless you have a coffee back there or some shit. Next time. Oh, we don't have creamer or milk. What up?
Oops.
Oh man, I gotta use my D-Brox when I get home, dude.
What's that?
Oh, it's amazing. This is gross. It's for your ears. But I keep getting that feeling. It's been like 2 or 3 days, and I've just been lazy and ignoring it. I think my ear's a little clogged because like every once in a while, you know, when you go underwater or you have water in that ear, you can feel it. Like it almost sounds like when you squeeze a sponge. It's like
Yeah.
and it sounds muffled. That happens every once in a while in that ear. So Debrox, because like the candles aren't good for your ear because that creates like negative pressure and can hurt your eardrum. And then we all know Q-tips are bad. Debrox, it's great. I would buy it on Amazon. It's just like a liquid, and you do it whenever it's like clogged.
Yeah.
Like so, like once a week at most. And you just put a few drops in one ear, and you just lay in bed or hold your head to the side for about 5 to 10 minutes, and you'll feel it start foaming. It'll sound like soda pop, like it'll sound like carbonation, like foaming in your ear, and it just turns the wax into like white foam. It looks like soap. And then they give you like the booger thing, like the little.
Just suck it out or whatever.
Yeah, and you just fill that up with lukewarm water and just squirt it in your ear, and you just all the foam comes out, and it just deteriorates the wax. And doesn't, but it doesn't like harm your skin or your eardrum or anything like that. And it's amazing. So it's like it's like the most effective and the least harmful way. And it's like every once in a while I talk and I just get that like in my ear, and I'm like, it's just annoying. Like it's just actually like I'm just like I want to take care of it now.
Yeah.
It's like when you have an itch, you're just like, I just need to get rid of this thing right this second.
Do you know how to pop your ears?
Oh, when you put your thumb on your nose, or like you pinch your nose and...
No. Oh. You can do it when you yawn. You have to like move your jaw down and like a little bit, and it pops them.
Oh no, I've done that like when you like go like when you change elevation or like fast, and I do that. But you know when but that's the feeling, like when you hit like a low pressure area, it's that.
Yeah.
But it just occasionally hits one ear.
Yep. I know what you're talking about. I've had that. But learning how to pop my ears made flying infinitely better. I used to get really bad like sinus headaches and stuff flying. It would like make me sick.
Dude, I've still never flown.
You've never been on a plane?
Nope. We were always just a road trip. It's not like I haven't traveled. We road tripped every summer because my mom was a teacher.
Yeah.
But we just loved the road tripping part. Like I will be on a plane at some point because I want to go to like Iceland and Norway. Like I want to do a whole Scandinavian, European trip.
Yeah.
If I ever have a honeymoon, that's what I'm going to force the wife to do. Listen, you've been thinking about a cool vacation, you know, for a bit. I've been planning this since I was like 5. I want to go to the fucking mountains. That or New Zealand. I want to go to New Zealand and actually like view all the filming locations of Lord of the Rings. That's another thing I've been wanting to do since I was a little kid. So those were my 2 things. They'll let you stay at the Hobbit hole. Like it's like a tour guide. It's expensive.
It's your honeymoon, may as well.
That's what I would do. Like but they're not actual like life-size scale replica Hobbit holes. If they were, I would not be able to fit in them. I'd be like,
oh yeah, because hobbits are like this tall, right?
yeah, halflings. They're like the size of a young child, so they're like 3 feet tall. Yeah, so I have to fit in a door that's like more than a few inches more than half my height.
How tall is Gandalf?
I don't know. Look up how tall. What's his freaking name now? Oh my god, dude, my brain just doesn't work. I know the actor's name.
Sick.
Well, no, but like, how tall is? No one tell me the name because I know the actor's name. Son.
5'11" in the movies.
Yeah, because I was gonna say he's taller.
6 though. Like Alex size.
Yeah, but he's.
Can you imagine Gandalf in gray?
Yeah, but dude, he's like a Maiar spirit. You know, he can do it. Dude, like, look how tall Vegeta is right now.
Oh.
Vegeta would
He's
not.
like 5'4". How tall is Vegeta?
You want the heroes being not tall?
Yeah, 5'4".
Look at Vegeta, the foot shorter than me. Dude. No, I don't get. I've started to realize this, and
Vegeta was 5'2". Shit.
Yeah. I always knew the Emperor of the Universe was a 5'2" man.
Yeah.
And it didn't make sense because his dad was huge. King Cold was massive. No, so one thing I started to realize is why are anime main protagonists, besides solo leveling for the most part, they're so short. And it really clicked in my head when, and I think this is dumb. Not my thought is dumb. I think the fact that this was done is dumb. Was when I started watching and now I read Vinland Saga. Finn is so short. He's a fucking Viking, dude. His dad Thor's was massive. Everyone, the English guy he's a slave with is taller than him. Thorfinn should be like 6'1", 6'2". Why is he so short? That bothered me, and then I started thinking, like, why are... And it's not like it's a kid show.
Safini? Is that him?
Thorfinn, Vinland Saga. Because it's based off a real person. But... Yeah. And it's not when he's...
One.
Yeah. And he's like an adult in season 2. Look up his dad. His mom and his dad are both taller than him. Everyone's taller than him. It makes no sense. And it's like, I started thinking, like, maybe it's because they're trying to make anime for kids and that's why main characters are shorter. But it's like, no, Vinland Saga is a sign-in. Like, Vinland Saga is like Berserk. Like, it's definitely a mature manga series. So why, it's meant for adults. So why is this dude who's a freaking, one of the strongest warriors ever, who's a Viking, 5'1"?
It's 5'11".
Yeah, but that made sense. Like, you know, not every Norwegian person, you know, who raided islands was 6'8", dude. Like, that's what we like to believe. That wasn't accurate. I mean, we were still giants because we were still like, you know, 6 inches up on everyone.
Thorkel the Tall. You know him?
Yeah.
He's 7 foot something.
Yeah, he's huge.
7.
But why is Thorfinn so freaking short? Like that really bothered me, dude. Because I was like, his dad's like swole. Dude, his dad's massive. He is just such a shrimp.
Thorfinn's relatively short stature is primarily attributed to a combination of malnutrition and potentially other factors like trauma during his childhood.
Oh yeah, he really did almost starve to death when he was a kid. But like, yeah, between like being 12 years old and like 20, he hasn't grown at all. He'll still kill anyone though.
I've never seen.
Wait, I need to know this. How tall is Guts? Guts better be... What? No, Guts from Berserk, dude.
Oh.
How tall is Guts? Because Guts better be an acceptable, like, 5'11", 5'10".
6'8".
Guts? Oh, good, yeah. Thank you. Oh, yeah, he is huge. You always see him next to Puck, though, so I forget his height sometimes. Because Puck's just a little elf. Who, in Berserk, elves are pretty much fairies. Yeah, thank God. Because, like, imagine if you heard, like, just stories of these people. Like, imagine, like, someone telling you about World of Warcraft and you hear about, like, Garrosh and stuff. You're like, damn, that dude sounds sick. You see him and he's, like, 4'8".
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh.
Yeah,
right? That's like someone telling you a story of like the movie Predator, and you're like, damn, and you're picturing Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then you go in there and Rick Moranis is the main character.
Yeah.
Like, Like when you have a badass character, dude, I feel like they gotta look imposing too. And I love Vegeta, man. I like when I was like, 6, 7, Goku and Gohan for the win.
Yeah.
But once you hit like 12, 13 and you get a little older, you realize Vegeta actually kind of had this shit down. Like, Goku, can you just stop fucking letting everybody live all the time?
Yeah.
Because they keep coming back and fucking shit up. Oh, man. What time we got?
It is 11:20.
Oh, that's not so bad. The pop air should be an hour. This doesn't have too much time left. You gotta do the cooler, power supply, and graphics card. Honestly. There's a few things. Like, dude. People, I don't think, understand what real progress is. Real progress is not an LCD screen on your pump. It's installing the pumps the same. Real technological advancement that makes us better as a society, having pre-installed fans. I think as simple as that is way more important to me than a screen.
Yeah, but don't get put in the wireless fans.
Yeah, well, that's just like human error, right? That's like, you made a mistake, not the company.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But pre-installed fans, whoever, like, that's a $1 billion idea. Whoever came up and said, hey, how about we save our customers some time and we just have the fans, like, put back on the radiator, because they're going to just put the fans on and put it in their case. So how about we make it so they just have to put it in their case and not have to put the fans on too? That guy deserves all the money in the world.
Give that man a raise.
Yeah. Now the next person, the person who can come up with a way to make a hybrid cable, like just like your regular cheap fan, not cheap as in bad quality, but like just your less expensive fans. They usually have a fan cable and a 5-volt RGB cable, right?
Yeah.
Whoever can come up with one cable that works for power and even if you have to add in like 2 more pins and make a fan header like a 6-pin thing. Whoever can come up with that idea, that's the next $1 billion idea.
Honestly, I don't see why they don't do that.
Because it's one of those things where that's like a standard. It was like the same thing like Nvidia got pushed back for making the 12-volt cable. It's not because it's inherently a bad cable. It's because you'd have to re-standardize motherboards. So motherboards would have to you'd have to convince all the motherboard manufacturers to stop making 5-volt headers and standard fan headers, and then you'd have to convince all fan companies to start like adopting to create something as a, what do you call it, like to create something as a like a manufactured standard. It's a hard thing to achieve. That's why like you don't see companies changing standards. They just do something. Like Corsair has Link, but that has nothing to do with the motherboard. That's like their own external device.
Yeah.
So to actually like put in the work to change a standard, pretty hard. Or if they find a way where you can, I don't know what they do, but I wish they'd do it.
What's up, old man? Haven't seen you since 34.
Only 3 years on me, dude.
Dude.
2.5. 2.5 years on me.
Rematch.
I can hop on.
Wasn't recording again, but there was no time left. We were down 1-0.
You have one pick.
And
left.
Brad
We
shot
had the
someone.
one quick kick left. I crossed it perfectly to the middle. He fucking bicycle kicked it in. So we tied it with no time left. And then we came back and won it.
Dude, that's.
I didn't record it. I was so mad.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
I just found out the other day how easy it is to like start a screen recording with the video.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like the
You literally have to, it's like F8 or whatever.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Recording started.
yeah, and you just hit it again to stop it.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can even set up shadow play, so it just records in the background.
That's what
So then when something happens, you just press the button and it records like the last. You can set it up like
Yeah.
30 seconds or 5 minutes.
Adrenaline has that as well, where you can have a hotkey and record the last like
Yeah,
30 seconds or a
that's
minute.
what I do with all my stuff.
And then because of my mic, I have to have that SteelSeries GG app, and that app does it too, where you can like
Oh, nice.
You got my rematch.
you guys and your football.
Dude, it's
Dude.
fun. I love soccer games.
Look,
It's easier than Rocket League, which is why it's more enjoyable.
no,
Rocket League is so frustrating.
I promise you guys this. I probably won't play rematch. I don't like soccer too much. But if for some reason God exists and we get another backyard sports game in 3D, I will play that with you guys all day.
Oh, 100%.
All
I
day,
would love it.
every night. All I would say is I get Pablo Sanchez, and that's about it.
No.
That's the only request I have.
We rotate
No.
Sanchez.
I love it.
There's-
No, you guys can have Lemonhead.
No.
Come on, Lemonhead.
Lemonhead's the
Sanchez, man. He's the best at everything.
no Lemonhead is.
Oh, baseball?
Lemonhead's the best character. Look up Lemonhead stats,
No,
backyard
Pablo
sports.
Sanchez.
No, look up Lemonhead's stats. Chat should vouch. Lemonhead was the best character.
Is that-
You looked up Pablo's.
Yeah, look up Lemonhead's stats, backyard sports.
Melonhead.
Oh, Melonhead, not Lemonhead. Melonhead.
Oh, Melonheads were Bean.
No. All right, look up Lemonhead backyard sports.
That's what I did. Lemonhead. Mostly refers to character Thor Herring. Thor Herring.
Best backyard sports character, dude. I promise you.
Lemon Boy.
What's it, Lemon Boy?
Yeah.
Look up Lemon.
Backyard baseball. Backyard. Oh, he was not the best in backyard baseball, but he was the best in hockey, basketball, and football.
Yeah, look at his stats.
That's what I'm doing.
Look up his stats in every game.
Yeah, baseball he sucked, but everything else he was good. He was full
On everything.
on everything.
Yep. I've recently replayed baseball and soccer because they put them back on Steam.
Yeah, no.
Football and basketball and hockey were my favorites. And
I
I went for those
love
ones.
basketball. Baseball is my favorite. I never played the hockey one.
I mean, I had
I
like
think I did the
3
football.
different football ones, And then they made one for 360, I think, a backyard football. It was terrible.
I love it.
Dude, Humongous Entertainment was a G. Putt Putt, Backyard Sports, Spy Fox, Freddy Fish, Pajama Sam.
Yep. Y'all buy anything during this Prime Day?
Yes. New shoes, and I got a back roller to crack my back. Then I was going to buy a weight set. I'll show you the set I was going to buy, but
Yeah.
I went and measured my garage yesterday, and it was like 3 inches too tall, so it would not fit in my garage.
Damn, that sucks.
Oh, and then I bought Berserk 14.
What's that?
So, like, every once in a while, once they publish 3 issues of Berserk, like, there's the individual, like, comics, right? But once they do the volumes, you know, where you see the thick book, once 3 full volumes come out, they convert them into the deluxe edition, and it's a big black leather book that says Berserk in red text, and it's like a hardcover leather one, and it's just like a collector thing for years. Like, I've just been...
Yeah.
I'll read them online, and then when the big hardcover deluxe edition comes out, I'll pick that up. And I didn't have 14 yet, which is volumes 38 through 40, I think. So it's like 700 pages of...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prime Day is still going on, no? Or is it over?
No, it goes till Friday. It ends Friday. Yeah. Oh, and I bought shoes. Did I say shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought shoes. Those will be there.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything I want, even.
Then until you look and you're like, might as well.
Yeah. But I bought a hammock last year on Prime Day, and I haven't even used it.
I know, I'm gonna look up. There's still one more thing I want to see. It's not embarrassing, but it's embarrassing. So I'm not gonna say it. I want a Ninja Creamy. I want a Creamy. Yeah, I want.
Say you bought a hammock.
Yeah.
You should sit out in it with the dog.
Yeah?
Lainey gets up in it herself.
Oh, really?
And lays in it by herself, and I'll sit on the chairs.
Huh. Well,
She
this
loves
one's like a parachute one. The one you have, or do you?
No, I have a cloth one. I'll give you a cloth one.
I don't even.
I have 2 of the like sitting parts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I couldn't find it when I moved.
Do you have a stand?
No, I mean I do, but I'm
This
using
one,
it.
yeah.
I only have one because I just bought the actual hammock because I couldn't find the one, so I bought another one when I moved, and then.
Yeah, I was gonna tie it up. I have the previous owner like cut trees, but they cut them up. Right?
Oh, so you're gonna put them up.
And so I was gonna string it between our live tree and the dead tree. And then my mother-in-law was like, I want to get rid of these, and she started like pushing them, and they just kind of like crumpled over, so it wasn't never gonna hold my weight anyways. But I don't have.
Yeah, but it would have held your weight.
Maybe, I don't know if she.
Because you would have been going down, not pushing against it.
It would've
Unless
been-
you like used it as a swing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like if she's not very strong, so she's able to just kind of nudge it.
Then yeah, I guess it was.
It was all rotted. Yeah, no, it's still in the bag. Still
But the
next to
point,
my-
I mean, the stands are not. Order a stand.
Yeah, I've thought about it.
I mean,
They're
they're
like
only
$80.
like- No.
There's cheaper stands.
Yeah.
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 You guys are
Definitely
making
look
me
for cheaper
jealous.
stands.
All right.
Because they have the ones that are just seats that you can put it in.
Oh,
Like just a
interesting.
seat or like the length.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are making me jealous. I miss my hammock now.
Oh, Lainey was up in it this morning.
Oh, really?
Literally, I let her into the backyard to go to the bathroom, and she jumped in. I'm like, you should.
No, my mom got rid of a hammock to put that metal swing that's out by the lake. And I used to have a hammock out there out by the lake. So you could just sit over and look at the water.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm ordering a
Yeah, but
Tenneco.
bugs have progressively gotten worse throughout the years.
Mopping floor thing.
Oh.
Is it like the vacuum cleaner mop where you put like water in it and it's like a vacuum and you push the trigger, it shoots out water?
No, this is like, it's like a floor mop, but it's a vacuum too. It's, my friend brought one over and cleaned my floor, and I'm like, the dirt that came off of my floor was.
Yeah, it looks like a vacuum cleaner, and where the
But
tank
it
is,
doesn't,
it has
you
water.
don't spray it, it just.
Well,
goes
no, it's
through
just like you have a trigger for it to go. Oh, we had
It
one like that that was a
automatically-
vacuum.
Yeah, but it
and it was just-
automatically spins the
Oh
water.
yeah,
through.
ours was a vacuum cleaner, but then if you held down a button, it would let the water leak out. So you chose where like you mopped. They're great.
And it works really well?
Yeah, oh my god, yes.
They are good, dude. That's what we use because we have tile.
Yeah. That's what you use too?
I mean, it's, she did one thing in my kitchen, just the kitchen, and the dirty water that came out of it.
It's really you just
And
fill
then
it
you
up.
just did it in this tray and run clean, and it just runs through and cleans that mop.
And you just fill it up with soap water.
Just
Oh, and then it just cleans itself cleaning.
Mhm.
Oh my
You
God.
stick it in that little tray, turn on clean, and it just runs through it and cleans the mop as it's spinning. And there you empty the dirty water out, you're good. Right? So I've been waiting for, I'm gonna order it on Friday, because that's,
Brad, order an electric bicycle.
do they have?
He's looking it up, dude. It was so funny. I had picked up a box and I was walking, the garage was open, and I just saw Brad
Yeah.
right past the door, and I was like, I look at Jacob, I was like, I think I just saw Brad fly by on a bicycle. Hair was flowing in the wind.
Oh, you get one that looks like a dirt bike.
Dude, you remember those bicycles, like regular bicycles people would get that looked like choppers?
Yeah.
Oh my
We need
god.
an electric bike version of that.
Oh my.
None of those are on Prime days.
No. I'm not signed in. Does it show Prime Days?
Yeah, it does. It's just, right? Scroll down, I think it's,
Oh, Prime Days, no.
yeah. Put it on firm. Come on, Brad, do it. Do it, Brad.
Yeah.
Do it, Brad. Come
Well,
on.
after dryer on a firm.
Well, that was silly when you have a bicycle you could have gotten.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, the next thing I have to affirm is probably a vacation.
Now, can we bring back those old, like,
Right. I wanna-
1800s?
I'm tempted to do that, but
Yeah, Samara wants to go on another cruise.
Let us know. Let me know when and where, Brad.
It'll probably be next year.
Let
Then
me
we're
know.
gonna try to do spring. Or May.
I want to do the
I
Alaskan.
need to do one of those singles.
Yeah.
I want to do the Alaskan
So
one.
that I can just sit in my room and not talk.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about
Where's the
doing,
houseboat?
been thinking about doing one of those that have like, not really a singles cruise, it's just 4 people that want to go alone.
Oh,
Like,
interesting.
you go overseas to places,
Yeah.
like Europe somewhere, and it's like a tour group, but it's just people who don't want to go by themselves. So there's like a group of 10, and then you can go off and do whatever you want, but you can always, you just meet with people and you do that.
Oh, that's
Thinking about
cool.
doing that. That would,
That'd be fun.
so, but on a cruise,
Yeah.
and then just sit in my room with a balcony and just sit on my balcony the whole
Yep.
time. Go out, get 10 drinks, bring them back to my room.
Yeah, we like going on the cruises, but we've gone in the winter, and 70 degrees is cool. Like, it's nice, it's relaxing, especially a break from.
Yeah, I was like,
From
"Right,
here,
that sounds
right?
But it's
amazing.
not. It's not really pool weather.
Right?
What? You guys are all crazy.
No, those pools, dude.
Ice
They're
cold?
not humid.
Ice.
They're not
Oh,
humid.
beautiful.
No.
Beautiful.
Not
It
when
is
it's
not.
70 degrees outside.
You guys don't like cold stuff?
Yeah, when
Oh,
it's
I
like
like-
90 degrees outside.
Yeah,
You have to come with me when you go in the lake, and we just cut like a little circle out in the lake out of the ice, and you just rest your arms and you just sit in it. Dude, you feel so good after. Like you feel so wide awake after. It's amazing.
Yeah. I watch people do it.
It's really good for your muscles.
It is.
Pump-
It's really good.
It turns white fat to brown fat, which burns off. It just falls off way easier than white fat, and it boosts the endorphins, so you just feel great after. I
Get
love
frozen for 4 hours.
On vacation, I want to be comfortable.
No, I love the cold, dude. Like I would get in pools, and when I felt like it wasn't cold enough, I would go sit in the hot tub for 10 minutes and then jump back in the pool, so I got that rush of cold.
That was the one thing. We went to a sauna when I went to Germany once, and literally they've set timers, and that's what you're supposed to do. You go in the sauna, and then you go in the cool pool, and then you go back in the hot tub, and you go in a cool pool, and then you go back to the sauna, and they had timers, and it was like literally rotating people.
See,
They were all naked, which was hilarious, except for me. The American was the only one that had a suit on. Yeah, nobody wants to see that.
you guys are the real psychos. People who go in saunas just to sit there and sit in their own sweat. And
Saunas are, my max is like 2 minutes.
My max is I'll look in and be like, that looks uncomfortable. I
No.
can feel the uncomfort looking at
The
it.
hot tubs.
I can't, dude. I will sit in a hot tub for social reasons. Like when we would go on trips, like in Kev and them wanted to grab a beer in the hotel, sit in a hot tub. I would do it to socialize. I was miserable the entire time.
Really?
You don't know how many times I've told Kev and Christina, like, I can't do this. And I'd get out and I'd just go alone in the pool.
So there's a guy in Crystal Lake that has he rents a hot tub.
Yeah.
And it's his business. I did it 1 year.
Well, I think I remember you telling me about that.
It was expensive to fill it up, but it was awesome. And I'm trying to get them to let me do it where I'm at now. My grass is already dead. Can I just do it for a week?
The place won't let you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get them. I'm like, it's a rental. It's not like
Can you
I'm
build
permanently putting it in.
You build a little platform for it?
No, I wouldn't be able to put it there.
Oh, they just won't.
They won't let me put it in, which is funny because it's not like little kids will.
Yeah.
Maybe they're afraid the 80-year-olds are.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then again, it would be on my property. I'm like, fine, then I'll put it in my family.
There you go.
You know, I do want to do, Brad. I want to do one of those sensory deprivation tanks.
So do I.
Have you seen those? It's like a tank where it's like it's salt water, but it like
you're in just a room
you don't
and you
feel
go
it.
in the water.
So you
Yeah.
can't feel
It's
the
body
water touching
temperature.
your
I
skin.
think that would be cool if it weren't
And then-
like enclosed. Like
Yeah.
they didn't shut it.
Because that
I
takes
could
away your
deal with
sight
that
and your
because-
healing.
Yeah, but that's like
Your not healing, hearing.
Yeah.
I don't think I could.
I hear also some people like when they're in there too long. I hear people like hallucinate.
Yeah, that's what that's what it's supposed to be for, is hallucination.
What?
Natural hallucination, yeah.
I'd be too freaked out that I don't know where I am, and I need to.
So you
get out.
hallucinate
I'm locked
someplace
in there.
nice.
I'm locked in there.
I heard that they're really comfortable. If you're
But they only
if
let
you're
you-
claustrophobic, I don't think
They only let you in there for like 15 minutes or something like that. It's not an extended period
No,
of
it's not.
time. You in there, is
Yeah, I
it?
was gonna say. Expensive, and if it's only for 15 minutes, that's.
I just know
There's
this time
a
limit.
place
I thought it
for
wasn't a long time.
Yep. Because I've looked at it, I've seen them come up on
Yeah.
my feed, and I'm like, this would be cool until you watch the whole thing just like.
Yeah.
And then there's one video that you hear it, and it literally. Like they lock you in. I'm like, no.
I know they have a light in there, so it's not like
Right, it's not dark.
it's
It's
not dark.
still,
but
you
can
hear
turn it
that.
off.
Like being close to the it's like.
See, I don't think it would bother me because when I was a kid and I would take bath, I would lie on my back and like close my eyes.
Oh, I would do that, and then you go under the water. I would love to do
So
that.
like I feel like it's just like laying in a bath with your eyes closed.
No.
If a
No.
bomb goes off, you're in the safest spot already. The water absorbs the impact. You're in a hardened container.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'd go in.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
To get away from an
No, but what I'm
imaginary
saying.
bomb.
No, but what I'm saying is, you feel claustrophobic and uncomfortable, but then you just tell yourself, actually, I'm in the safest place compared to the people outside.
Unless you get trapped in there.
Right? And there's nobody left because they're all dead.
The building collapses
The
around
nuke
you.
bomb, the
and you're
nuke
stuck
bomb just went
inside.
off and everybody else
Yeah,
is
but at
dead.
least before you starve to death, you feel really good.
Yeah.
At least you're at peace with
Yeah,
it.
hallucinating.
You start drinking the
The
salt
water.
water.
Chewing
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Thank you. It looked cool on the video until they clicked shut, and then it's like, nope. Nope. Because then you're relying on
I don't
somebody to
know.
be out there to open it up.
I just
Yeah.
saw them like a few times on Instagram things, like advertisements to go try them, but I've never actually like met someone who's done it or seen someone do
Why
it.
did they never make it out? They're probably still in there.
This is where you go to die.
Yeah. I've only seen like YouTube people do it.
Yeah, I still haven't even seen that. I did like I said, I've seen like people doing it, but it's just for advertisements going in, and what they do and just how it. And I've seen like a not documentary, but like just a little educational thing on like what it is, like what the process is.
Kaifu says, "What PC are you building?"
This is a the
Legatus.
closest thing is the Legatus, yeah, but it's a bit more of it's a super tricked out Legatus. And we will see that once it is done being built. Just have to deal with all the cable. Oh, Brad. What are we gonna do Friday? Oh, I guess we'll figure that out later.
Oh yeah.
But-
Yeah, I don't know.
Where did I just put my clippers? Oh, they're right on me.
Fallout game where the water saves you.
Huh?
The Fallout game where the water saves you.
Oh yeah.
That's that snap key. Which Fallout is that? Oh, Fallout 3, right? Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah.
With the
In the flood, like you get flooded with water, and your dad dies, and you go
yeah.
unconscious,
Oh right.
and then you
okay.
wake up in what was the expansion with Liberty Prime? You wake
Dude, I
up.
haven't played Fallout 3 yet.
Dude, like I said, Fallout 3, I keep forgetting Fallout 3 was after Oblivion. I've said it a million times. Fallout 3 for me was Bethesda's last hurrah, and it's been all downhill since Fallout 3.
Sad day for Bethesda. Starfield was good. I was really excited for that.
Yeah. I just, dude, like I said, I didn't have a lot of faith. I had faith in it being fun at least. It wasn't fun. That was the biggest, because like Fallout 4, Fallout 4 is like the room for me. Like I had fun playing it, but I could tell it was just not great compared to like literally. My favorite will always be 2. 2 will always be my gold standard Fallout. And that was Black Isle, which a lot of them is. A lot of them are at Obsidian now, and Obsidian's not making me too happy either.
Oh yeah, what's going on with all of the Xbox stuff?
They're firing 9,000 people. Like, here's the thing. I don't know who to point blame at, because it's like, one, it sucks for people to lose their jobs. It really does. Like, but also it's like, they haven't made good games. Like Halo, like I do agree. Like after Halo 4, a huge red flag would have gone off in my head. After Halo 5, I would have immediately shut down 343. I'd be like, you guys just can't. You guys just have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then after Infinite, how Infinite was even allowed to happen. So it's like, it's just like, yeah, I feel bad for, you know, people need jobs. I get that. And like, they should be developers. But you also, I don't blame like the individual developers. Like the guy sitting there just drawing concept art for what a map should look like. It's not his fault the direction of the game was bad. It's like the leaders. So I don't blame like, because I'm sure, like, look at Player Obscure, I think is an eye-opener because those were all ex-Ubisoft devs. So you see that like the people who are just doing the grunt labor, like people who are just doing the character models, like they're not creating the story or the mechanics of the game. Like it's, they might be writing, they're just doing what someone else tells them to do. And you see Player Obscure from people who are like, yeah, Ubisoft sucks. And they leave and they make their own game. You see that they can make a really good game.
Yep.
So I don't agree, but entirely with getting rid of all the little guys. I think a lot of it should be managerial shifts. I think it should be getting a lot of the errands, the Twitter warriors. I feel like if you have a Twitter account, you should probably not be allowed to be a game, make a game. You shouldn't be a design director. You know, that's not completely fair, but I'm getting to that point.
Yeah.
Where if you have a Twitter account, you should just not be allowed to be the design director of a game. It's just like safety. It's like if you see a teacher with like an OnlyFans, you're like, oh yeah, you can't be a teacher anymore. But it's like the same thing. It's like if you have a Twitter account, chances are you're not mentally stable enough to make a good, unbiased, just fun game.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm being sarcastic, but I'm being sarcastic to where I'm like kind of believe what I say. It's like one of those, I'm joking, but not really. But I just saw it like, it's like, yeah, I feel like we need to get rid of more managers, but then also, at the same time, when it comes to the little guy, it's like, I feel like studios have just gotten too big anyways. Because if we look at all the best games, they were made by smaller studios, like 200 and less people. 300 and less people. Because I feel like what happens is when you have less people and you have one guy just taking charge, like all the best games too are like one guy. You like, sure, it's a whole team that worked on it, but they have one, not a boss, but a leader who's like, this is my vision. And they're like Yoshi P with Final Fantasy 14. Like he's a leader, but he's also compassionate, cares about his team, but he's just a leader and he does the grunt work too. Sven from Larian, you know, the dude from Kojima, the dude from Hazelight, who made even though they are EA, it's the dude who did like Brothers, A Way Out, It Takes Two, and Split Fiction. Like if you listen to him talk, he's a great dude. He's amazing, and he actually everything he says makes me feel like he hates EA, but he works with them. Because every time he talks something in the gaming community, it's like shit talking EA. But like they're all small teams. Witcher back in the day, like Witcher 1 was like not even 100 people, I think, and then 2 it grew, and then by 3 it was only 200 people. So I feel like when you have a small studio, 1 or 2 like big leaders, like they have a vision, and then you have a studio who believes that vision. Like even though like I'd like to make a game, but if I'm just like a character designer and I just model the, you know, build the models, if I actually think this guy has a good idea and I believe it, and you just have a small team, you get a much more concise vision and a better game. So I feel like we need to get rid of all these fucking managers, these design directors, because they have bad direction. They have no direction. I think we need to stop having marketing people get promoted, because how it works in business is since the marketing team, the sales team makes the most money, they're the ones that get promoted, but they don't know how to make a good product. They just know how to sell a shitty product.
Yeah.
So we need to actually let design directors and stuff get the promotions, and people who are, you know, actually making the product. And then so we need to do everything from upper staff, but then on lower staff too. It sucks, but I do think studios need to be smaller. Because even look, like, I loved my NES, I loved my Super Nintendo, N64, PS1, but I feel like the golden era of game was PS2, Xbox GameCube, 360, PS3, and Wii. I feel like that was the golden age where there's so many good games. That was like everything was a banger. Every week something cool was coming out that was actually good. And if you look, all those games, they were not 300 hours worth of content. You have this you can do. They were small, precise, linear games, like 10 to 20 hour storyline. You go through it, you do multiplayer, and that was it. And they were so focused, and they just were so good. And then now all those developers are now the new AAA developers, and they're making these live service 300 hours of content, and they're becoming like, we'd rather be a jack of all trades game where nothing's good, but we have a lot of not good things in our game, like Ubisoft. And it's just like, that doesn't work because it's and then like the game succeeding show it. Like, look at Helldivers. Like, they're just like, look, we're just gonna make a game where you shoot armies of like bugs. And yeah, that's it. Let's just do that really well. And they just focused on that. They didn't put a battle royale mode, a team deathmatch mode, side quest, leveling up. Well, like leveling up they have, but it's like just a rank, skill tree. Like, they didn't do any of that. They just said, we're gonna do this one thing really good. It blew up. Space Marine 2, same thing. They just focused on killing fucking Tyranids. Do it really well. They did good. Peak. Just climb a mountain, man, and we're gonna make climbing really good, but it's just one thing, just a game where you climb. And if you look, all those games where they take, it's like I guess I'll finish the sentence because I'm rambling at this point, but I think it is wisdom when it comes with Bruce Lee. And Bruce Lee said, like, I'm more scared of a man who practiced one kick 10,000 times than a man who's practiced 10,000 kicks one time. And it is true. Like, just games need to find their one thing and just fucking stick with it. Like, just do that one thing. You don't need to compete with everyone else. Because, like, if I was a developer, I would not care. Like, if I made Call of Duty, you know how Call of Duty added in ground war and stuff? Stupid. If I made Call of Duty, I would not even, Battlefield would not be in my mind. I wouldn't care about it. I wouldn't try to take their audience from them. I would just do what I did right. And then you can see Call of Duty, they got too into like Titanfall and Apex because Call of Duty's turned into Titanfall and Apex, and it's like the most divided the community's ever been. Because I actually think 2019 was in the right direction. 2019 Modern Warfare, it kind of felt like they were going back to more slower pace, boots on the ground, classic Call of Duty, and people loved 2019 when it came out. Like, actually, like, even like everyone was talking about how good and gritty and real 2019 was, and then they made Modern Warfare 2, and it's back to like people talk about it, but it wasn't like. So it's just like, dude, just do the thing, right? Just do the thing. It's like, dude, I'm 6'4". Like, I'm not gonna go out there and tell the world I'm a hobbit. Like, it's just not gonna work. I'm gonna do what I can do. Right? Or it's like, you know, if my left leg blew off from, I don't know, I slipped and fell in the shower and my leg just somehow popped. I'm not going to try out for the NBA. I can't do it. But I'm going to focus on what I can do. And it's just like focus on what you can do and what you do well, and just stop everything else. It's the same thing when I saw like The Perfect Dark, because we've talked about this. I said I liked Perfect Dark more than GoldenEye and N64. And when you saw that Perfect Dark, because they did cancel Perfect Dark, so this goes back to Microsoft, when they showed that gameplay demo, it looked like Deus Ex in terms of the gameplay. It did not look like Perfect Dark from N64. Like, it didn't play like that. The science fiction, it was like backwards in time. Like, it was like Night City. Like, it looked like Night City when you were in Chicago in the original Perfect Dark. Like, it was super cyberpunk. And they had aliens, and you had Elvis next to you, and you had these Doom like power weapons that were just these crazy alien guns. None of that was in the game, and it looked like more of a what do you call it? Almost like an immersive sim. Like it looked like the newer like Deus Ex reboots. So it's like it didn't even look like Perfect Dark. Stop. Just do what Perfect. It's the same thing with freaking Turok. When I saw the new Turok trailer and it looks like Fortnite with dinosaurs, and it's like, bro, like Doom 2016 and Eternal. That's what Turok is. Just take Doom 2016, mod it with a dinosaur skin pack. Boom, Turok. That's all you have to do. That's what Turok is. That's what Turok does. Do that and just do it really well. Like, people aren't going to sit there and say it's a Doom clone. Or they are. You know why? Because Turok was a fucking Doom and Quake clone. Like, it just was. And you know what? People still loved Turok back in the day. And it's like Unreal Tournament. No one sat there and said, oh, Unreal Tournament's too much like Quake. Like, people still liked it. You know?
Yeah.
People still like Digimon, even though it was Pokemon. Except Nintendo. Nintendo, I think they're still building up that lawsuit eventually. Because there's monsters.
Yeah.
And, yeah, dude, I'm just sick of people leaving their wheelhouse. And it's like, leave your wheelhouse, right? If you want to leave your wheelhouse as a developer, do it. Do it to a different IP. You know?
Yeah.
It's like you know, you like we were talking about like stealth, like games we liked, and you said you like Splinter Cell.
Yep.
It was like Conviction when they turned Conviction into just an action shooter. If you wanted, like, Conviction itself, it's one of those things. Conviction itself was not inherently a bad game. The reason it was negatively reviewed is just because the title was Splinter Cell. If they named the game, literally, if they just made it Taken, because it had the Taken storyline, and just made it a different story in the Taken universe, it's like people would have liked the game a lot more. But it's because it was Splinter Cell that it was bad. And for me, it's the same thing with like Resident Evil 7. I know people love it. I love Resident Evil 7 as a horror game. But as a Resident Evil title, it didn't feel like I was playing Resident Evil. Like, Resident Evil 8 felt like Resident Evil 4. In Resident Evil 4, I still didn't like the castle. Did you finish Resident Evil 8?
No.
No. There's like,
I mean, I watched it all.
if anyone in chat played Resident Evil 8, there's one scene where you play as Chris and you land in a helicopter as Chris. You put the night vision goggles on. You have a bioterrorism unit set up with you. You pull out a freaking, I can't remember if it was a MP5 or an AK. You pull out a rifle, like an automatic rifle, and you go through the town and just clear it. Biochemical warfare. And I sat there on the scene and I was like, dude, if the whole game was this is Resident Evil. Like, this is Resident Evil. Like, Resident Evil is biochemical warfare, biochemical terrorism. Like, it is not just creepy family in a house.
Yeah.
With some girl possessing him with mind control. And then a magical spiritual mud that, like, Ethan died in 7. Ethan was dead in 7. Like, you were dead the whole time you played 7. Your character
really?
died in the first 10 minutes of the game. And you were created by dirt, mold. This spiritual, magical mold created a clone of you, and that's who you were playing as. And I'm like, that doesn't feel like Resident Evil. Like,
when do you find that? Do you find that out in 8?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
that you were dead the whole time. That means your moldy ass clone impregnated your wife. That's if I was up in heaven seeing that shit, I'd be really upset
right?
if I was Ethan. But yeah, because like you go back and you play like Resident Evil 1 and like 2 was always my favorite. And you don't look at it from a gameplay perspective, but you look at it from a thematic perspective. It just, yeah. Same with like BioShock and then Infinite. Like Infinite wasn't a bad game, but when you call it BioShock, you're looking for slow-paced survival horror in a dystopian utopia. And they had a utopia, but it was all bright and sunny and beautiful. And then it was just an over-the-top Call of Duty shooter with roller coaster rails you could slide on. There was no survival to it. There was no horror to it anymore. They took all the fear factor out. And it's like, was it a fun game? Yes. Was it BioShock? No. So it's like, I feel like we just need smaller teams. Stick to your fucking vision. Stay in your lane. And I don't say that as a mean thing. I say it as like, I want you to succeed. Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
For that game. If you wanted to make a different game, because like they're making that like Clockwork Rebellion. It was like Clockwork something, and it's a new RPG Xbox showed. Looks great. It reminds me of Arcanum, if anyone's played that back in the day. Mixed with like BioShock Infinite. Cool. They could have done that. But it was like, but if the title says BioShock, it's like, it's already got some thematic things. It's like if you read like Harry Potter, and then like you read Harry Potter 1, 2, 3, then 7 is like Vietnam. Harry's like, oh, wands have lost their power, so we're using M16s now. And it's like, that's not Harry Potter, dude. Like, why are you know what I mean? It's just like little things like that when like the thematic and the just the tone of everything changes. Like look, like Tolkien did it, I think, right. And it's like The Hobbit there was like death and war in The Hobbit, but The Hobbit was much more about the adventure, and you saw Middle Earth through a much more bright lens. And The Hobbit was just, it was more whimsical. It was more the wonder of the world. It was great. Lord of the Rings was a lot darker. And so what Tolkien did, instead of calling it The Hobbit 2, he made it a different IP in the universe, but just by changing the name of it, you change the expectations. Because like if they just made The Hobbit 2 and it was just fucking everyone's dying, murder everywhere, Dark Lord's taking over, people who read The Hobbit, because it, you know, it was more of a children's accessible story, like, so 12-year-olds would have been like, fuck. Good back. What's that? And so like I think he did a smart thing, just changing the title, like just doing something entirely different.
Do you remember Blue Box Game Studios? They were making that game called Abandoned, and everyone thought it was another Metal Gear Solid.
I'd have to see it. But no, like off the top of my head, no, I don't know. Yeah, sorry about that long ramble, guys. But I think I was quiet for the most part this whole stream, and that was that one burst of energy I had. And we still have another PC after this. But we are almost done. But no, if you show me, I might recognize it.
Okay. Yeah, it was really popular because everybody thought it looked like a Metal Gear Solid. Because there was like little hints. And
like a cybernetic samurai will come and save you at some point. And
yeah. I don't know, it was like it's
cardboard
like a survival
box
horror game. And everybody thought it was a Hideo Kojima game. And Hideo was like, no, not working on it. But I just realized it's been like 3 years and there hasn't been any updates on it.
Yeah, I remember, dude. It was a terrible survival game. It was just not fun. But there was a game, We Happy Few.
Oh yeah.
And I remember my friend, just because they like had the same art style, my friend was so obsessed. Like called me a liar. He was so obsessed when saying that We Happy Few was created by the BioShock team. And it's like if you just looked at the developers, it was not. It just had the same art style.
Yeah, it was the same art style.
And when I told him no, he's like, yeah. And then whenever I showed him an interview, he's like, no, dude, that is the wrong, not an interview, just like articles. That's the wrong article. Like he just died on the hill. And I was like, dude, it's really not a big deal. Like it looks like it. Like you can definitely see they were probably inspired. But like I've seen games like that where people think like someone else made it
Yeah.
because it takes their style so much. That's not a bad thing either. I actually think it's super respectful if your game's good. If your game sucks, it sucks. But if you make a good game that pays homage to like a developer you really respect, I think it's a cool thing. But if you make a piece of shit, then that's the worst thing about taking someone's style, I think. Because if you make a good game, it makes you look really good and wholesome. If you make a bad game, it is worse than just making a game in an original vision bad. It's like, damn, you banked on this whole, like, I'm not saying this is true, but you get those people, oh, you banked on nostalgia from this audience and fucking just for a cash grab. I'm trying to think of when that happened. It was like
Motherboard streamers are weird on this motherboard.
Huh? Oh, this is the CPU streamers.
There's CPU streamers
yeah,
too?
Yep. Yeah. No one ever picks them up because you don't usually see them too much. Especially with a radiator. But dude, like I said, this wasn't a check all box build. This was a check all box and then some.
Oh shit.
But the streamers, the way they you have to get them where the fan won't touch it. And the fan won't touch it, yet you can also get it managed. Streamers are so much more like stiff compared to like regular cables. Oh, someone in game. Oh, this was an old chat, but someone. Oh, not that one. But someone said GameCube was peak. GameCube was good. PS2 will always go down probably as my favorite system of all time.
Nintendo's always been really good. But when I think of like games that push the boundaries, it was never a Nintendo game.
Well, I think
like in terms of content,
I think Super Nintendo, like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and N64, they were really good because like they were just leaps and bounds. Like Nintendo was like the Rockstar and the Rare back of the day, like compared to Atari.
Yeah.
Like their games were just so good. Like Sega, I loved my Genesis, but I only had a few games on there, like Sonic, Streets of Rage and stuff. But but Nintendo, those games are cool. But Sonic was like the only game that really brought you into this like world, like this cool magic world. Like Nintendo, man, you had like Chrono Trigger, you had Secrets of Mana, you had Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, or well, we had to call it Dragon Warrior when I was a kid. But like, dude, so many just like good, and those weren't all Nintendo. But you had Metroid, like Super Metroid is the one I started off with.
Yeah.
And then Castlevania, dude, that was like, I loved Castlevania, and it was just so many cool worlds. And then Zelda was always peak. And I think what happened was other developers, like especially PlayStation they hit freaking hard. Like the PS1, if you look at actual sales, like we all have nostalgia goggles for N64. N64 was technically a flop. If you look at their sales numbers compared to the PlayStation destroyed them. And then I think GameCube was good, but it was like, I always liked more. I loved Nintendo for the few select games I liked. And then Castlevania started becoming more multi-platform. Zelda still liked. Got nothing bad to say about Zelda. Metroid Prime was like good, but it was really short. So I played Prime and the Prime games like 2 times each, and that was like it. Star Fox like tanked. Like Star Fox Adventure and Assault just like tanked, and it's been dead ever since.
I love Star Fox 64.
Yeah. Peak.
Yep.
And so it was just like Sunshine was good, but GameCube banked too much on like Mario. It did give me Twilight Princess, which Twilight Princess, Majora's Mask, and Wind Waker will always be my favorite Zeldas.
Wind Waker is amazing.
And I just love the aesthetic of Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess. Like it's a much more of a dark, brooding world. And that's always the stuff I liked, right? Like, because when I was a kid, I loved Berserk. I liked Castlevania. I liked Baldur's Gate. So GameCube was peak, but PS2 just had more of the games that I played. Like Nintendo was always like, there's like GameCube, I like the Animal Crossing, but there would be like 10 Nintendo games I had, and then my shelf of PlayStation was always like huge for PS2. Dude, Beyond Good and Evil, I don't even think we're getting that sequel, man.
No, it's been in production, since like 2007 or something?
Yeah, I think getting that was a straight up fib. It's also Ubisoft, dude, so like who really has the faith that it's gonna be like that good?
Oh, you're supposed to give it PS4.
Oh yeah.
I guess we all have future pants.
So,
The pants we're going to wear tomorrow.
but then
And
what?
Wednesday.
I always had a computer for WoW, Baldur's Gate,
And
you
the day
know,
after that.
Icewind Dale, all of that. But like I didn't have like a super high-end PC. It wasn't until like 2011, 2012, and I got my 690 build, and this is where I fell off with Nintendo. Because when I got my build, and I could actually like deep dive into Steam and playing Steam games like religiously,
Yeah.
and it's still true to this day. There are multiple Nintendo clones on Steam. And they have as much content. Like, they might not have the world that we grew up with that Super Mario does. Like, I love seeing Goombas and Koopas and all that, right? So they don't have the nostalgic worlds that we grew up with. But if you look at some of these games from a strict gameplay perspective, their gameplay is just as good, sometimes better. They have just as much content to do. They're just as long of a story. They're still collectathons. The level designs are good. You have Animal Crossing clones with just as much content. You have Harvest Moon clones like Stardew Valley. And all these games on Steam that have just as much content as Nintendo. All the Nintendo clones are on Steam are like $20 games. And I think in like 2011, 2012, when I started realizing that I'm like, damn, Nintendo's selling $20 games for $60, and now they're selling $20 games for $90. And I think that's when I fell off Nintendo. I start my decline. Now it's like we haven't gotten a Metroid forever. So like my Wii U was literally the games I played the most on that. I still have it just for Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. And then Nintendo they just suck, man. Like, do you know that the Wii U, they remastered Twilight Princess and Wind Waker for Wii U, and then instead of putting that on Switch, they just ported the GameCube versions of the game to Switch 2. So why,
They have Wind Waker and Switch 2?
yeah, but it's just a GameCube port. So what sucks is if you want to have the best experience, when you tell someone, hey, the best experience for a game isn't on the new flashy, higher, more power console, it's actually on 2 consoles ago. It doesn't make fucking sense, man.
Yeah.
It just does. Like Nintendo, they're just like, yeah, I get it. It's easier to port something than it is, but like also like the HD version would have just been a port. So like, dude, Nintendo just sucks. And then like, so I started disliking them just like I said, there's games like Animal Crossing. My friend played like Hako Life, and that's an Animal Crossing clone. Then Disney comes out with like the Disney Dreamlight Valley. That game like blew up for a while. I'm not saying I would play it, but like it blew up. Zelda, like there's been quite a few games that have like copied Zelda back in the day, like old school dungeon crawlers and stuff like that, and like they're good. Like Tunic was really popular. Free on Game Pass, dude. If not, it was like a $15 game. For Mario, there's a lot of platformers out there. Like A Hat in Time was a really popular one. One game I loved was called Pumpkin Jack. That was like a $15 game. So good. If you want an old school just platformer, Pumpkin Jack is amazing. But yeah, man, like these games, they just, it's like, you realize Nintendo, when you see Steam libraries and the games that people offer there that are comparable to Nintendo, you realize Nintendo is putting minimum effort. Also, it's like when you look at how much money Pokemon makes, it is the biggest IP in the world. Billions a year in revenue. And their games look worse and run worse than indie games. Like there's no reason Pokemon games shouldn't be the Nintendo Rockstar games in terms of how intricate they are because of how much money. So it just shows you that Nintendo will do minimum effort and they just will increase the price on things to sell you the characters they know you love. Because you could have it's like and it's like Luigi's Mansion, dude. Everyone sits there and will shove it down Nintendo's throat that the first game was the best game. And it was, because the atmosphere was better. And then like Nintendo just doesn't give a shit about their fans. Because everyone said after like 2 came out, Dark Moon, everyone sits there and says, we don't like how it's a level-based game. Like you go in and when you beat the boss or whatever you do for that level, you just get sucked out of the mansion and forced back into the hub world. And then you have to choose the next level. So you couldn't actually freely explore the mansion. People didn't like the atmosphere because it was really cool that like Luigi and the ghosts were cartoony, but the mansion actually felt like PS1 Resident Evil house. Like it was like this actual creepy looking house. And people said, yes, just give us Luigi's Mansion 1 again and advance that. Then they make Luigi's Mansion 3 and they just make everything comically cartoonish. Like the atmosphere was cartoony. Like the gameplay was fun, but then it didn't do as well as they wanted because they just don't listen to fans. Yeah, dude, they just don't. And when fans like say like, hey, how about you make some old games for us? Because like my kid's like unfortunately was born in like 2005, so he can't really play Breath of the Wild, or he can't really play what do you call it? Ocarina of Time and stuff. So how about you make that for him? And Nintendo just goes, well, you go fuck yourself. And then like, okay, I'll have my friend, all right, my son's only way of playing that is on his computer. Okay, how about we shut down all the emulators? And then it's crazy because Nintendo doesn't profit off third-party sales. So Nintendo doesn't profit off someone selling like Ocarina on eBay. They don't profit on Ocarina of Time anymore. Yeah. So like, who cares if someone plays it? This point. Yeah. Like there's literally they just lose money because they lose money on lawyers to sue these emulators, and they don't make the money back because they don't sell the game or profit on it anymore. So it's like it's everything about Nintendo. I just can't do it anymore, man. And it's, by the way, it's not Nintendo America. I've talked to YouTubers and I've listened to people, and everyone says Nintendo America is chill as a shit. They're amazing people. It's just Nintendo Japan is awful to work with. They're just terrible. They're stuck up. Yep. No. I guess they still have that old mindset where if you emulate Ocarina, you know, they say you betrayed their honor and you have to commit seppuku now, and like they're just way too old-fashioned on that side of things. And it's like, man. And then the Switch 2 was the final nail in the coffin because it's like, bro, Red Dead 2 is $60. Red Dead 2 is on sale right now, $15. You're trying to tell me Donkey Kong. I love Donkey Kong. I want to play it. You're trying to tell me that is worth $70. You're trying to tell me GTA is gonna come out, and you think, well, even if GTA is $90, right? You're trying to tell me that Mario Kart has as much value in it in terms of like content as Grand Theft Auto is gonna have. Like,
Yep.
Get out of here, man. So then the Switch 2 is the last nail in the coffin for me on.
I love white those dudes. No CPU, frickin' streamers.
Yep.
No way. It's our first build with them.
Dude, this card, I was gonna say the box of this MasterCard is probably the same volume as our computers. Yeah, look,
It's actually probably pretty close.
like it's longer, but not
a
as
few liters off. That's crazy.
yeah.
So when they say like, excuse me, when the case is like 22 liters, I mean it can hold like 22 liters of water.
Yeah, so you can pour water in your computer.
Okay.
to
Yeah,
test the
you
measurement.
gotta just pour it in there.
Yeah.
And it'll hold it.
Now you know.
Let's get a bunch of holes, but should be able to hold the water.
Yeah.
What an interesting measurement.
No, it's a computer.
It's for volume.
Since they know what you're really using the computer for, they mean liters of Gunnar fuel and not water. Liters of Gunnar fuel.
It's good. Hot, man. It's humid.
Yeah.
We all know Jacob fills his computer up with goon juice.
I'm doing.
He only
I was trying to like feel off with that, but I don't know.
he never skips past.
That's where you're wrong, Nick. I don't do.
It's never good.
There can't be any gooning if he doesn't make it past the spooning, man. Or he gets stuck.
Humanity said, "Did you ever have the Sega Master System?" I did not.
No, I had Genesis and Dreamcast.
I had Genesis.
Oh no, I had a
Sega
Saturn.
CD.
But I had
I
like
had Saturn.
I had a Saturn, but I had like 2 games on it, and I couldn't even tell you which games.
It's fucking nasty.
Yeah, it's huge.
Holy shit. It looks clean as fuck, though.
The card is worth more than my entire computer.
Same. Dude, you know what I was looking at the other day? The stats of like between a 5800 X3D to like a 9800 X3D. Only like 5 frames off. And it's like they're very good. The 9800 X3D is better, especially in certain games.
I mean-
It does perform a lot
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
The 5800 XRD was just a unit, dude.
It wasn't
Like AMD,
They're like, no overclocking because you do, it'd be too good.
Ryzen 3000 is when AMD's true comeback like really started and they really picked up. That 5800X3D though, when that came out, I feel like that was the final nail in Intel's coffin for at least like the gaming DIY market.
You're not that far off.
No, really not.
Intel chips are still really
And
good.
that's
I'm just saying from like publicity,
Yeah.
like content creators and what they're talking about and stuff like
so give
that.
yourself maybe like 5 extra percent if you had 80 or 5. The chips themselves are not.
Let me get this anti-sag
I
up.
didn't
there.
realize
that
the
was-
X3D wasn't super popular. Not as popular as the.
Yeah. Oh no,
Oh, there's
every
good
3D
price
chip
now.
is fucking awesome. Even if you got like that 5600 X3D from Micro Center.
That's so good.
They're the same price now.
Oh, the 2 chip. Dude, that the 5800 X3D still being like $500 is criminal.
It's gotta be because you can only
Oh, if it will buy or whatever.
Yeah.
It's you can't even buy it.
Can't even buy it.
So it's just a old price, but
Yeah.
is the you can get $700 for that chip.
Fuck, I should have saved mine.
You're what?
The
That's the 3D.
oh
thing.
wait,
I was like, you had you're
I
using
had it.
yours.
What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Shit, maybe I'll sell that and upgrade. I can sell it for $900.
Some people,
700.
some people can't though.
Oh,
I mean, but you still make $300 off that shit. Great.
let's see, used and where is the recently sold? Wow, 300. Yeah,
Wow, that's
340.
still expensive.
$340, dude. You can almost
Well, because you have to think it's
trade
like
in for the 98.
And then just get a bundle deal from
Yeah.
Microsoft.
well, you got to think that's your only saving grace, because if you're still on AM4, it's like you can either spend almost $1,000 to upgrade the whole platform,
Yeah.
or you spend just that much and upgrade your
Yeah.
PC.
Yeah. I know that because Nick was so like how they both leave.
Good. Smells like two guys have been standing in here.
No, no, Brad's no mere just guy. I think that's the first time I've actually picked up a computer, but not liquid cooled, and I was like, "Fuck, that's actually kind of heavy."
Yeah, dude, that thing looks heavy.
Time to work on cabling.
Looks awesome, though. Don't forget to put the white cover on the hydro chip.
Yeah, but slow down. I know what to do. Time to start talking about the cables.
I love how much easier streamers have gotten.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, not having like cables coming out of each of them.
Yeah. They're like the thinnest cable in the world.
Yeah, and it didn't work with like the regular
Mm-hmm.
Lean Lee control box. So you had to have two, if you had Lean Lee fans and streamers, you needed two separate control boxes.
It got really ridiculous for a while.
Yeah, now I'm not completely in spite putting them in the system.
They're more like putting custom cables than anything else.
They're still like really thick, so sometimes like
Yeah.
bending them to like fit where you want them to fit can be a pain. Like this one, it was like, because it was so thick, to bend it so I could still zip tie the CPU cables, but also not have it bump into a fan.
Yeah. Wow. Wee mama.
What are you doing over there, Brad?
I'll send a text.
No. Texting on the company dime?
Yep.
Yep. This wasn't like a hard build, but it did take longer than I thought.
$12.30.
Well, I can take it out on Jack tomorrow. If stuff doesn't make it out. Or whoever.
Yeah, we should play Tarkov with him.
I was saying, I was like, Jack, I don't think Jack's got that killer instinct.
I don't know, man.
I don't see Jack like fucking get that guy, and like just sprinting down the hill solo, walking in a door, flashbanging, taking out the whole team, and just like, have you seen John Bernthal's Punisher?
Yeah.
That's how I'll play Tark.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I'll just, because I like, if you give the enemy too much breathing room, that gives them the time to look, guess where you're at, find a position, set up a vantage point, and like aim around a corner and get cheeky.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't let them have the time to do that. You got to kill them while they're still in that, oh shit, we're getting shot. You got to kill them in that, when their brain's in that phase still. It's the same thing with like I don't like Warzone and stuff, or like Fortnite, but it's like, because I don't like the whole plating up thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like fights restarting, but that's why whenever I do play those games, I do well, because when you shoot at someone and they start running from you and getting behind a door,
Yeah.
I don't take it slow. I sprint, because I know their mindset is, I'm gonna hide. I'm scared. I'm terrified. Wetting my britches here, so I'm gonna hide and plate up. And I will hunt you down while you're still shoving socks in your chest. And like, you know, like why am I gonna let some dude just plate back up and restart a whole fight? Like, imagine if like you just mopped the floor and then like someone came down and just shit on the floor right in front of you. They're like, restart. It aggravates me. So
Yeah.
it aggravates me in games too. It's like I just blast someone and now they're gonna run away and I literally have to redo the whole thing over again. It's actually like boring to me. Like it really is just boring. That's why I don't play Royales where you can like replay it up.
Yeah.
So the second I start shooting at someone, I chase them down like a hawk, because I'm not gonna let them plate back up. All right, guys. This guy is set to go. Let's turn it on. Man, this is an absolute unit.
It is a beast. I do like the look of that GPU though. It's nice and square. It looks nice in the.
Oh, I see what I did.
Did you forget to plug the power in?
No, it's because there's like something blocking my vision. I did the front panel connector, like I'm in front of the camera, aren't I?
Yeah.
I did the front panel connector. One thing up. Do we have pliers?
I don't think so. Not that
We
good.
should have some in here.
Here, just press the power button on
No,
the motherboard.
Oh yeah,
You can at least-
I just have to get in there. I put like, there's like, you know, 2 rows of arms,
Yeah.
and I had like that. That. So that like 2 seconds. It's because there's like can't really see down there when you're building because of the anti-sag kind of blocks it. So if I get pliers, I can go in and just gently pull them out.
Yeah, I know we have those like long.
Yeah, needle nose. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all you need to do.
It is bright.
Yeah, then they even have it. You have an LCD screen on your graphics card. I'll turn it so they can see that. Let's show off this graphics card, guys, because that is like the main thing on this system. Then the LCD screens might turn on, and if they turn on, they might be upside down. If they're upside down or they don't turn on, all that we have to do is just go into the software and programming and set the fans up, and then everything will be on and working just fine. Yeah, so they're upside down, the fans are. So you just have to rotate that in the software.
Let me see if I can play with the camera real quick. That was.
Yeah. Dude, that graphics card is huge.
There we go.
That's a 5090. I want to test temps on this because I swear they did so much in terms of efficiency and cooling on 50 series. That's like, that's what we call overcooled. So I bet that thing peak doesn't get over like 65, 70 degrees in full usage.
Yeah.
That gives you like 15 degrees of like leeway.
All right, sweet guys.
I was scrapped. The screen.
Did you just get done filming it?
Yeah. It was
All right, guys, we're gonna swap
Put
out the
your
builds
hand
real
and
quick,
just try
and
it.
we have a
That part is probably
hop light next.
8 pounds.
So yeah, we'll be back in like 5 minutes. We're back.
What up,
All right,
guys?
everybody?
We are back. I am just. Can you put this by the door?
Yes. I can actually.
All right, guys, we are back. This is a much more toned down build. We are doing a pop light right in the pop mini air. I have to remember all the models. I bought the Assassin in May, hoping to have it built and shipped to me this week. I'm hyped to get the Assassin. Is awesome. I have said it multiple times. The Torrent is my favorite case that we have, performance-wise, mixed with the aesthetic. I love the Torrent and I love Fractal. So the Assassin is like my baby child, man. Because I'm also just a blacked out build guy. So we already got some stuff unboxed here while we were waiting.
Yeah.
Hey, can you hit the button, Brad? We are on mute. Sorry, guys. We did have to go on mute. Hold on. This is important. I don't like texting on stream, guys, but this is actually important stuff I gotta take care of. All right, and it is done. See, quick and easy. All right, so yeah, this is what I said at Hoplite, right? Where did I just? There it is. Brad,
What's up?
I'm just giving you that.
Oh,
Just giving you that
yep.
for past conversations. I have some things to say after stream. That'll be fun. I wonder if Jack got his gold pocket watch yet. Or if he's still struggling. Oh no, because they make you do all that.
Yeah, the ground zero stuff.
Yeah, I hate that, dude. I feel like
It's such an easy place, though.
I know it's easy, but it felt weird that there's like 5 quests in one zone.
It's a good intro map, though.
Yeah, and I feel like that's why they pushed that big in quests.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they gave you the option, like, if you're a veteran or like returning player, you have the option to skip it and go right to gold pocket watch hell. Or
Dude,
if you're like a new player, that's like
that's
the
as far
tutorial
as I've
island.
ever-
Gold pocket watch? What? Dude, it's almost as bad to get the
So-
secret note in woods. Have you?
Oh, that one.
I thought you used to play a lot of Tarkov.
I used to play a lot of FP. The single player. That's how I know all.
But the single
maps.
player is like, oh, you like modded it back in the day?
Yeah.
So you never felt the good days of hunting people for graphics cards?
No. I could never find a good group of people. Like, I never had anybody really sure of me.
Oh, I'll see if my buddy, other Nick, would play. He'll play. He's a beast. But
Yeah, it's just one of those things where, like, I'm not very good at, like, I'm good at shooters, but I'm not good at tactical shooters.
you don't have to play
Positioning.
tactically, dude.
Well,
know what-
like, just positioning wise, and, like,
You know what else is a tactic? Guerrilla warfare. And that's
oh,
how I
yeah,
play.
yeah.
And by that, I mean I actually send guerrillas after them.
Nice. I didn't know they added those.
Release the silverbacks!
Yeah. I could take out a whole lobby with one of these guys.
Guys, unless you have 101 men.
Yeah,
It's not gonna
yeah,
work.
it's not gonna work.
How did that even become a thing?
I don't know, stupid TikTok thing, I think.
Jesus. I don't watch TikTok, so that probably since I still have never installed it once and never made an account. Not out of like spite or hate, just haven't. All the good stuff that I care about makes it to my Instagram feed anyways. I'm just old school. That was where I found my memes. Well, there used to be good ones like Meme Base and stuff. But or funny junk way back in the day. But
E-Bombs World.
E-Bombs World, that was around with funny junk as well.
Yep.
But yeah, it was just that became Instagram because I could just scroll through memes. But now Instagram became a cesspit because certain people with certain professions have they're advertised on my meme pages. And if you scroll past it once, now that's part of the algorithm for you. So you get it constantly. And I'm just like, oh, I don't care. I can get this for free when needed.
Yeah.
No, it's just dumb. But like, hey, my Instagram's pretty good, man. I should send you some more of the cesspit stuff I find. It's not like Jake level cesspit where it's just gross. But I get good laughs out of Josh. Dude, I told Josh that bass joke you told me because that was one of the best jokes I've ever heard you say, Brad. The way you performed
Oh,
it.
that one.
Because the way you performed it, it was a full routine. It felt like a stand-up skit.
I told it to Samara and she didn't get it.
Damn it, Samara.
I was like, yeah, well,
You know what? It's probably in your best interest.
yeah.
See if her friends get it.
That would be-
Look, guys, like I tried to like Samara this joke. She didn't get it. Back me up. Whoops. Oh no. Oh, we made it to the volcano yesterday when you messaged me. It was a
Yeah.
long climb. And I died past like the 2/3 mark.
Oh,
In the
shit.
worst way.
Yeah, I figured you were gonna climb when you didn't respond right away.
Yeah, it was in the worst way too. I took the lollipop so I could make that climb. And I leaped for the ledge. Missed it.
Oh no.
Missed it. My guy slid, like he grabbed it and slid, but it was like a ledge where it went up and then up. So I jumped, I got this part, slid, and when I hit the bottom of that, my guy like automatically let go. And I just fell all the way down. Not my strongest moment.
Damn.
Not my strongest moment. Not the best I've ever done.
I've been making lots of shapes and shapes.
Yeah. Saw you on that when I messaged you back.
Yeah.
It seems like a good chill game, but that's actually why I'm really excited for it's like I like those games like back in like 360 days, dude, it was Uno on the 360. Like I would just, if I really didn't want to, if I wanted something to distract myself and just like talk with people.
The chat rooms in that one were pretty wild, right? Yeah, I remember my friend.
Especially when they brought in the webcam support.
Yeah. That's telling me.
Ugh.
It kind of turned into thing.
Yeah. Yep, but it was like actually, it was like funny though, because you just hear like, guys, if I get this, it's gonna happen. You're just sitting there, what's gonna happen? Oh, yeah. Not impressive.
What happened? Oh, we were just talking about
Yeah, Uno.
stuff. Yes.
But so that's why I'm excited for everybody's golf, because I'll be chilling on that. And then I picked up Liar's Bar finally, because I like.
Oh,
I don't like.
How you playing that?
I don't like gambling, but I like poker. But I love Liar's Dice, and no game has it. Red Dead 2 took it out and replaced it with freaking dominoes.
Oh,
And so when I saw the actual Liar's Dice was added, I feel like if I could play Liar's Dice, dude, I could win some money. Like I'm pretty good at Liar's Dice. It's all just probability counting. So as long as you can guess, like basically do a good job guessing percentages, you can be good at Liar's Dice. And so I decided to play it because that's like something like I was like, I can just chill if I'm like too tired to actually focus on something and play.
Yeah.
I can just, if I want to talk to my friends, like we can just sit and chat and play this.
Yeah, let me know next time you play that. I've been waiting for the poker.
That's
come out.
that's
And I know
out.
it just came out.
Yeah. But dude, the one thing I don't like about the poker is like it tells you what hand you have. I
Oh, it
just
does?
realized this. My friend's like, yeah, I just look at the left side of the screen. And I was like, all I see on the left side of the screen is like 9 through crown. He's like, hit tab. And I hit tab and it shows you 1 of a kind, 2 of a kind, straight, flush. And so you don't actually have to know how to play poker at all. Because based on what
nice,
cards,
but-
based on the community cards, and then the cards in your hand,
told 'em.
it just highlights what your hand is. And I'm like, this takes the whole poker face thing out of it, because now you just know if you have a good, like, I don't know. It's like if there was like a tutorial stage to teach people how to play, that's one thing. But it's like, just if someone's not like paying attention to the game and you have something that just tells them, like imagine if real poker did that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if, there was the dealer and then a secondary dealer that walked around and was like, oh, looks like you got a flush, in case you didn't know. Looks like you So it's like, so then it takes like the stress out, because it's just, I don't know. I guess it takes the poker face a bit away from people. So yeah, I'm like I said, for a tutorial thing, or if you're playing single player with settings on, sure. But it's on ranked matchmaking on the right hand side. It just tells you what hand you have. And I was like,
For ranked, they should get rid of that. For casual,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I feel like if you're playing ranked of any game, not just card games, if you're playing a ranked match of any game in the world, you should probably know how to play the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if my hand's on like JKFL or something, and then I load into like a ranked CSGO, and I'm just like, guys, I'm not moving. What do I do?
Yeah.
It's like you have, and then the game's like, no. Yeah, because like imagine
What's that?
like just other keys, like different keys that aren't the view.
oh.
Like imagine if like, yeah, like to me it feels like, imagine if you're playing CS2 and you just have like a little bot on your screen saying there's a enemy up here around this corner. Like they would call that wall hacking or aimbotting. So like, but this game just tells you what hand you have and what's going on. And I feel like it's kind of in the same wheelhouse as like having an aimbot or wall hacks to see people's names through, because it's just telling you how to win.
Yeah.
Because then now you have the power to just look at that left-hand side of the screen and just fold until you get a good hand.
Yeah, but there's also a tell though. If someone keeps folding and then all of a sudden starts playing.
Yeah, but it's just.
I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
I do agree that it shouldn't. Like I feel like the ranked mode shouldn't have it, and you should be using the normal play to learn the rules of poker.
Yeah, and even with normal play, it's like it should be a setting to be turned on. Because like the Liar's deck, I didn't know what it was called when it was Liar's deck. I was like, what is this game? Then I hopped in and my friend's like, it's kind of like bullshit. And I was like, oh. And I picked it up really fast and I learned. And they don't tell you how to play. They just tell you what like King's Head and stuff or whatever. But like, and like Liar's Dice, they don't tell you. Like imagine if Liar's Dice said, all right, the other players have this many of this die. And you just, so you're like, okay, so this is what I call for on the table. So it's like poker's the only one where they just straight up tell you what to do the whole match.
I have a Ryzen 5 7600 X3D with a 5070 Ti. Should I upgrade my processor or am I chilling?
No. Wait, 7600 X3D? Did they make a 7600 X3D?
Yeah, I think so.
I know they did the 5600 X3D back. Either way, though, no, dude, like if you're just playing like high-end 1440p gaming and like the occasional 4K like single player title, your system's still fine. Yeah, like that's a good system. I wouldn't see the need to go out because like you can always up and get more frames, right? But it's like the problem with the generational upgrading is like you're spending the same amount of money on your card. So if you spent, he said 4070 or 5070 Ti?
5070 Ti.
Yeah, so it's like, that's an $850 card, MSRP. Chances are it was closer to like $1,000. CPU is what, $350, $400? And it's like, the most you could upgrade to, CPU-wise, is a 9800 X3D. Like, for a really good upgrade. And that might give you like 10-15 frames in it, depending on the game. And it's like that's a $470 chip a lot of the time. So it's like you're paying $400, almost $500. We'll round up $500.
Yeah.
For like 10 FPS, 15 FPS. And it's like that's such a stretch. Like to me at least, like that's such a stretch, especially with that system. Like if you're someone that like focuses 60 FPS and you're getting 45, 15 FPS is all you want, so that's great. But with a system like you have, you're probably getting hundreds of FPS, and then competitive games you're probably getting 200 plus. So like that, it's not like that that little bit extra is a huge difference. So I would say keep it, wait till another generation or two. Or if you're on 7,000 for CPU, that's what I'm still gonna do. Wait for the last AM5 generation to come out, and then just buy that chip, because you'll get another 4 or 5 years out of that chip, but you just double the length of your motherboard because you can use the same motherboard. So, yeah, but honestly, the rule of thumb, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So if you're still playing games and you're still having fun, your computer's fine. And that's how I see it. If you're still having fun, you still come home and you can relax and enjoy your time, you're fine. You're good. Don't touch it. It's once like games start running to a point where you're like, this is not fun. This is not playable. I don't enjoy this. That's when you have to upgrade. Like, that's it. When you just aren't having fun with games anymore, that's the time to be like, okay, I need to do something.
Assuming you're just gaming, you're chilling.
Yep. Yeah. Like I still have a 7000 series. I have a 7800 X3D and a 7900 XT.
Yeah, I have a 5800 X3D.
Yeah, Brad's still on DDR4.
Yeah.
Guess what? Games still run just fine. Brad's
Oh,
been
yeah.
having fun. And like honestly, Brad probably knows that I would bully the shit out of him if he upgraded his whole platform for $500 and then immediately used that to hop back on peak.
100%.
I'd be like, wow, Brad. Wow. That's like my buddy. I'll throw him under the bus because I love him. He upgraded his system. He had a 3080 and i9 11900K. I want to say. Still a good system.
Yeah.
And he plays World of Warcraft. That's it. He just upgraded to a 9800 X3D and a 5080. Loaded the computer up, hopped back on World of Warcraft. And I'm just like, you know. But I love them. I tease. Because sometimes you just want to upgrade. Sometimes it's nice just to work on your computer or have something different. Sometimes you just have the extra money and you're like, you know, I might at some point, there's a chance I could play something else. So you just want to be ready for it.
Yeah.
Because Unreal 5 is killing games. Dude, like every Unreal 5, whenever I see Unreal 5 coming out for a trailer, I'm like, oh boy, get ready for fucking DLSS, frame generation, and all that just to hit 60 FPS.
Unreal 5 looks really good.
So you
I
want,
think it's the best looking engine there is.
Oh. Ooh, Rage.
Rage engine?
I think the Rage engine is the best engine. In terms of looks, systems.
Oh, okay, Rockstar.
Because, like,
Yeah.
dude, just look at what Red Dead 2 looked like on a base PS4. It looked better than any 4K PC Ultra settings game.
Yeah.
On a base PS4. And just how much stuff it had going on. That's what I mean.
I'm on it, Dan. I'm on it.
And their games run smoothly. Like, yeah, on console, it ran at 30 FPS, but it was smooth 30. And I'm going to be real. 30 FPS isn't that bad on consoles. Because joysticks, you're not moving as fast as a mouse. So you're not getting as much ghosting. Like, I actually think 30 to 60 FPS on console is fine. It's when you're playing on PC and you're moving a mouse around a lot faster that even 60 FPS. 60 FPS on my PS5 feels amazing. 60 FPS on my computer, wet dog ass. I hate it. Like, it's awful. Or like, I guess if you're playing on like low sensitivity with a controller on your computer, 60 is fine. Because like the ghosting and all that double imaging, if you're just going, is as bad as if you're, you know, blasting bitches.
Brad, you had to kick that guy on kick? Yes, I did.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Banned. Some guy trying to sell.
Oh, selling? That's fine, dude. Okay. I was gonna say, if it was something he said, I have a rule. If I chuckle, I won't ban you. But
That's
if
fair.
it's not fun, if you're being annoying and it's not funny, out of here. Because we had some guy in here a while ago that was making like titty jokes and stuff.
Just show me them titties.
Yeah, but it was like funny.
Yeah.
It was actually really funny, so I keep that stuff. That's why I say if someone like spams weird shit in chat, but I chuckle, I want them to stick around because at least it's humorous. Scale of 1 to 10, Brad. How hungry are you right now?
Actually?
Oh wait, you're on keto, so you're probably like, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm at like 2. Yeah, yesterday it was crazy. I ate breakfast in the morning. I had like a yogurt, some jerky, and a Quest bar.
Oh yeah.
That was it. I got home at like 4,
You know what?
and I didn't eat all day. I was fine. I didn't get hungry until like 5 or 5:30.
Dude, you know what I actually like more than those Quest bars?
Hmm.
Get the chocolate peanut butter Atkins bars.
Really?
They're so good.
Oh,
And it's the same size.
yeah.
And it's still like, no.
Aldi's brand. They're active
Yeah.
or whatever. Those are fucking good.
Oh yeah.
But I don't get the boxes. I just get the individual bars.
The one that I couldn't do though is there was a keto Reese's Pieces cup. Hated it.
Really?
The peanut butter was like good and the chocolate tasted good. But it was like oily. I don't know. It was like it was reflective when you touched it. It wasn't like slimy, but you could see the it's like when your friend who's doesn't give a shit hands you their controller to play a game and their controller is just shiny and reflective. It looked like that controller. And it just gave you that oily feeling in your mouth, like when you licked your like the roof of your mouth and all that, you just had that oily, and I was like, this is kind of gross. It didn't taste awful. It was just the experience pleasant. See, my thing on keto is I was the same way. Like once you're in that state, I would just not get hungry. But then my problem was there'd be sometimes where you do I wouldn't break keto, right? So I would still stay in the keto, but it was like if you ever break that not hungry, it would be a problem.
It's
Like if I went downstairs and like grabbed a piece of like roast beef, like deli meat, and like ate a bite, because I was like, I just need a little snack. Eat it. Something would click, and then you're like,
yeah, that's how I am.
Eat everything.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to fight that initial urge. Because for me, it's not even like I don't ever stress eat. I'm actually more of a stress starver. When I'm stressed, I just don't eat at all. But mine's bored. Like if I'm sitting and watching a movie or watching TV, I just like it's more of like a oral fixation type of thing.
I have the
You have a fix for my oral needs.
Yeah. No, I'm totally stress eater and a bored eater.
Oh yeah. See, I bored eat,
And
but well, my big
it feels like the last like 10 years I've either been bored or stressed. There's no other state besides this.
Oh yeah. See, my biggest downfall was like I said, I used to power lift and I used to lift a lot of heavy weights, so I had to eat a lot of food.
Yeah.
And then when COVID hit and all the gyms shut down, my workouts slowed down because I have like weights at home, but I don't have like a full gym where I can do like my power cleans, my deadlifts, overhead. Like I can't do any of the stuff I did. And but my body, because your stomach expands too. And my body still had the need for all that food. So I was eating like 4,000 calories a day still. Or like 3,500 calories a day. And then all the gyms closed. And then I just slowly because I think it's like 3,500 is a pound regardless. So if you eat 3,500 over what you need, you gain a pound. If you eat under 3,500 what you need, you lose a pound of actual fat. So since I was eating that much food, and like if I could eat like 4 cheeseburgers, my stomach would still be growling because my body just needed that food. And but I couldn't work out anymore the way I wanted to because all the gym shut down. So I just put on a bunch of weight.
I got a scale, and it does like the full body diagnostic or whatever.
Oh, like your BMI?
Yeah, it does all that, and it gives you like your muscle density and all that shit. It said my base metabolic rate.
It's probably like 2,200.
It was 18.
18. Ooh.
Yeah.
So you gotta get that up. Mine's like
What does that mean?
how many
That's how much.
how many calories you burn sitting on your ass doing nothing else. So that's how many calories your body burns just to function. Because your
So why-
organs are pumping. Your
Why
like
would I
your
need to
heart's
get that
pumping.
up? I feel like a lower number would be good.
No, because that's how many calories your body burns doing nothing. So if you have you know how that's basically like your metabolism.
Oh.
So the average person, so like 35, 45, like average adult, it's 2,000 a day.
Oh, so I'm under. So.
But if you do go a long period of time without like serious exercise, your body works slower, so it doesn't need it. So you can actually adapt to just having a lower BMR. But if you start exercising, that's why I tell people don't do cardio if you want to lose weight. Lift weights because muscle mass significantly, like, don't get like, you don't have to be like Dwayne Johnson, but if you just lift heavy and then do like a light 10-minute cool down walk or something, your muscles tell your body, fuck, get that number up. Like my BMR was at like 2,600, 2,700 for a while. At Idle, last time I checked, because we checked when I started training, I'm still at like 24. But I'm also like a huge guy.
Yeah.
Like not just like weight, but like bigger. So like bigger people have a higher one naturally too.
Yeah.
So muscle increases that because your muscles need way more fuel. Fat doesn't need any fuel, it just sits there. Muscles need fuel. And that's why muscles like,
Interesting.
so that's why when you see people who like have a lot of muscle, they have to eat a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I had to like eat so much too. So yeah, that's why I say just lift heavy, dude. Go to a gym, lift some heavy weights. It takes about 2 months, but after 2 months, you'll start seeing the tone really start coming in. And once that process starts, you'll start putting on plates a lot faster.
Okay.
And then you'll notice your muscle mass is just jumping up, and you'll notice you're hungry more too, because your body's like, fuck, dude, I need it. It's like a heroin addict banging on your door. Mom, I need money, please. It's like your muscles are like Leonardo DiCaprio in that one basketball movie. You know what I'm talking about when he's outside the door? Mom. Yeah, your muscles are that. Because they're like, dude, I need the energy, please. So yeah, man. Just lift weights. So yeah, it's basic metabolic rate is BMR.
Yeah.
So that's just how much your body burns functioning. Like your organs move. Like your heart beats, your kidneys filter stuff, your breathing, your lungs work, your intestines push everything. Like your body, that's how many calories you burn just to stay alive. Like just your body.
Yeah.
Just your body to function.
Oh shit! I thought 1,800 was decent. I didn't realize. I thought the lower the number, the better.
I mean, it's not like a super low number.
Yeah.
And so if you're not exercising, you want to eat under that to lose weight. But if you're exercising, if you're lifting weights, because you can, too much cardio can lower your BMR too. Like people who just run.
Oh really?
Yeah, because it releases cortisol into your head. It's a stress chemical and your body shuts down when you just run. Where lifting weights releases dopamine and endorphins, and it increases your BMR because your muscles need way more fuel.
Okay.
So that's why if you ever see people who, that's why I'd say when you see people who just run, they'll lose weight and then they'll immediately pick it back up. But if you see people but they'll lose weight like fast, but they gain it fast. If you see people who lift weights, they might lose it a little slower, but when they get into that shape, they almost never put that weight back on. Because your muscles are sitting there like, bro, eat whatever the hell you want to do. That's why you see people who like power up. Dude, I could eat like full like blizzards. I would eat like 2 large blizzards from like DQ.
Jeez.
Like you can, when you have muscle, you can just eat that shit.
Yeah.
Like that's why I originally wanted to get into heavy lifting too. Mainly because I grew up reading Berserk and watching Dragon Ball and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I grew up with MMA. Watching it, not fighting myself. And I also loved food. It's like you see how much Goku and like all them eat when they're training. I wanted that. So I started lifting weights, dude. And yeah, like there were days where I would be like, shit, dude, I'd go to Culver's and I'd pick up 3 cheeseburgers and like 2 large chocolate malts and then like an order of cheese curds and fries. And I would go and eat that all in like 15 minutes. That's what I'm saying. That's what my problem was, Brett, is that's how I had to eat to maintain my numbers. And when COVID stopped, my body was still hungry if I wasn't eating that amount of food. So I was eating that amount of food, but it wasn't going anywhere. And after about a year, it just inflated. Now I eat like almost nothing compared to what I used to eat. But I want to get back to that point where I can just eat everything in sight. So Brad, if you're a bored and stress eater, dude, weightlifting also, since it doesn't release cortisol like cardio does, weightlifting increases dopamine and endorphins. It actually lowers stress. And there has been research showing that people who lift weights and exercise regularly have extremely decreasing like depression numbers. Like the amount of people who are depressed that actually lift weight and get not like huge, again, not like the Rock big.
Yeah.
But like if you look at like an MMA fighter or something, like just big. Their stress and their depression levels decrease significantly. Like lifting weights is better than just taking an antidepressant. And you can eat whatever the hell you want. So that's why I tell you, Brad, I don't tell you because it's funny. I say get fucking swole. You can until you can go back to living the life you want to live. Dude.
Shit.
Go from Brad to Braddy Daddy. That's what we're aiming for here.
I'm trying to find.
So that's anyone struggling with weight. I know it's something like you want to do fast, but man, I'm telling you, if you just sit there and lift heavy weights and take like the year or year and a half time it takes, opposed to like 4 months, 5 months of just straight starving yourself and running, you will feel so much better and you will maintain that weight loss. And you don't have to work out like, as long as you use your muscles don't go into atrophy for a long time. Dude, I barely work out and I can still see my arms sometimes.
Yeah.
So like they don't go into atrophy a while. So if you do cardio and you don't run for a month and then you go back, you're gonna get gassed super fast. Like it falls off quick. Weights, like if you stop lifting weights to go on like a 2-week, 3-week trip and you just don't touch weights the whole time, your muscle's not just gonna disappear.
Yeah.
And then if like you ever have a day and you're like, man, I can't, like it's a busy week this week, I have to get home, and you can only do like a 30-minute workout. As long as you're using your muscles, your body says, I still need these, and they don't disappear. So that's why people who lift weights, like the weight doesn't come back.
Yeah.
So that's why I tell people, man, just lift weights, get swole, get mean, and then you just feel confident because you walk around and you're just like, fuck that. I never really thought like that, but it's just like you just feel good. Like you just don't sit there like. Because like I don't even like being skinny. Well, I'm not skinny, but I'm saying like I wouldn't want to be like skin and bones.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't feel confident then. I don't really care about being fat. Like I'm not like insecure about it. I don't like it. I gotta lose weight, but I'm not gonna like, you know, I'm not insecure, but it's just like you just feel good. It's not even like an ego thing. It's just like I said, like it just because it releases so much dopamine and endorphins. You just feel it's a natural high just lifting weights, and it takes like 2 weeks. Like literally just force yourself to lift heavy 5 days a week, 2 weeks, and after that you'll be addicted because your body gets addicted to the dopamine and endorphins. And then after, like when you like hold a rep and then you just let go and drop, you feel so good. And then when you finally get home, shower, sit down at your chair to play games, you feel so at home and at peace because you're just like, oh, dude. Like after lifting, because like when I would run, I would get tired. And I'd be tired the whole day.
Yeah.
When I lifted, I would get home and I'd sit down and I'd just be not tired, but just so relaxed. So relaxed. And then I noticed I was better at games too when I was lifting. Because you're just healthier mentally and physically. You're more focused. Like I can't stress it enough how much it's worth doing it. Get like a Bowflex at home and like just do like overheads.
Yeah.
And stuff. You can do goblet squats, so you can just grab one Bowflex and you rest the weights on your hand and you just squat with that. Start with that. And then just
Long stream, Claire.
yeah, very long.
We had a big build before this one.
Yeah, that first build was nuts. This guy's already almost done though, people. So
Two PCs. Anytime my friends go to buy a PC, I always suggest you guys, but they don't ever buy one.
well, dude, now I gotta hunt your friend down.
Yeah, what the hell?
We gotta have a talk. You don't out your friend like that.
Yeah.
We're
We'll hunt them down.
We're a bloodthirsty corporation,
Yeah.
dude. I gotta go.
No, but dude, we do have a loyalty or referral program, so talk to 3 people about it. Yeah, man, we have a referral program, so if they're interested, you just send us an email, and we'll give you a code to give to them. They get a $50. They get $50 off their PC, and you get a $50 Steam gift card.
Dude, now he's gonna harass the shit out
Now
of his
he's
friend
gonna
after you tell him that.
Okay.
Listen, last straw, we're not friends anymore, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
We already don't game anymore. You don't have a
Happy
PC.
feet. Happy Feet Ricky says, I love these PCs.
Oh, thank you.
Little man says, bruh.
Dude, know what that reminds me of though? Those guys that beg you to play a game with them. Like, oh, buy it. Buy it, please. Like, and every day you get on, for like 2 weeks, they're like, buy this game. And you're fuck, fine. You buy it, you play it once, and then the next day they're on a new game.
Yep. I had those friends.
I had those friends. Yeah. Dude, you just harassed me for a week. Yeah, dude, but you took too long to get it. It's like, bro, games aren't like a weekly thing. Like,
Yeah.
this is supposed to last for, years and years. Oh no, man.
I'm trying to remember who it was, but one of them bought an eBay PC. Ugh.
Now you're just hurting my feelings.
Yeah. Can I get a Crazy Towers like a Borderlands themed tower?
We can do custom etches and like vinyl artwork if you want vinyl, but having like a full custom case built or anything like that, or having like, a fully modded case, that is something we don't have the tools to do right now. So unless there's like a case
We
brand,
can do it, but it just takes
Oh, you're talking
like 3 or 4 months.
the our other guy who did the Viking and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we can do them. They're very expensive, and
Okay, I forgot about
the
that guy
lead
for a
time
second.
is very, very long.
Where did I put the rest of the zip tie suit?
Ooh, or the Book of the Dead. That
The what
Book
now?
of the Dead themed PC. That'd be kind of cool.
But which Book of the Dead?
I don't know. Happy Feet.
There's a real Book of the Dead, and then different fantasy universes have their Book of the Dead. Some of those Books of the Dead are like 8 feet tall. I forget who did it, but there was one game. I can't remember the game, and you find the Book of the Dead, and it literally is like an 8-foot tall, like human-sized book, and you just flip the pages like that.
Damn.
So which And then there's Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghosts. So I don't know. There's that book of dead. Or whatever. Or that was
Witch's Ghost.
Hey, those old Scooby-Doo movies, at least like the first two were good.
Zombie Island.
That was the first one. That one will never be topped. It's not possible.
That one was my favorite.
Yeah,
That one.
that one was actually like creepy.
Yeah. It was
Like as a
super
kid, like
creepy.
when you see the videotape, I remember when they like scratch like a hole and like they scratch off the paint and the old pirate ship so they could tell the house was made out of the wood of the old pirate ship. And then when they
Yeah.
watch the VHS tape, there's a fucking ghost next to her.
Yep.
For a kids thing, like that was actually kind of eerie. It was also the first time it was like real monsters in
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
Dude.
The
I
Witch's
wanted
Ghost was good.
crawfish so
Oh.
bad after that fucking week.
No, I wanted the full hams. When they were at the
Oh,
worked at the
yeah.
airport, they just ate all the hams, and I was like, no, the Witch's Ghost made me hungry too. I think that was the second one, right? And that's when they go to the one town for Thanksgiving, like the pioneer town,
Oh yeah, this one.
and they
okay.
eat the whole. They order everything, and they're eating like turkey and stuff. Like they eat the entire restaurant.
Oh shit.
What?
The the voice actress who played Daphne in the movies died.
The live action movies?
No, the cartoon.
Oh,
She's the voice actress. She died in '99.
dude, you know who I didn't know? Like voice actress had like such a tragic story, and I never knew it. I didn't know it till I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Is the girl who played Ducky in Land Before Time?
Oh
Her
yeah.
father killed her when she was 5.
What?
Yeah, her father like murdered her and her mom. So you know Ducky, like the yup.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was 5 in Land Before Time, and then after the movie came out, her dad like murdered her and her mom. And I never knew that. And then in high school, at some point, like when I was a teenager, I saw that story and I was like, shit. That's messed up, right? And I think it was about like the money from the movie or something like that. Like it was like, I mean, obviously it's always a scummy reason because murder stuff, but like it was like an extra special scummy.
Damn,
reason.
she was 10.
10, not 5. She was 5, I think, in the movie, right? Or something. But
What did Land Before Time?
she was. Or I don't know why I was saying 5. Or maybe 5th grade. That's what I was thinking. Maybe I was thinking that she was a 5th grader.
Land Before Time came out in 1988, the year she died.
Yeah,
So she was 8.
8,
Wait, no, she was 10.
10. So I think I was thinking 5th grade.
Yeah.
But dude, yeah, straight up, I think it was over the disputes about the money of the movie, right? I think it says the dad wanted the money that she was, because it obviously when you have like when you're a child actor, no one gets your money. It goes into like a pool until you turn 18,
Yeah.
and I think he wanted it. Man, Brad is deep diving, but yeah, that's like one of the saddest stories, I think. Either way, it's sad, bro.
Yeah.
I like how you say, dude, it's funny when you say it's sad and you hit me with the bruh.
There's
No.
a documentary about it? What?
Yeah, dude, this was a deep dive I went on in high school because I loved Land Before Time, man. I loved dinosaurs. Like, if you guys are new to chat, I've talked about this too. Like, when I was a kid, you know, you raise your hand, what do you want to be when you grow up? I wanted to be a paleontologist or an archaeologist. I love dinosaurs. And I love Land Before Time. And when I heard that, I was like, Jesus, dude. It was kind of like how he didn't die, obviously, but I think it was like Macaulay Culkin. Like, his dad tried to screw him out of his money too.
Yeah.
Guys, this is ready to go. Yeah, it's messed up. Did you figure out the reason? Wasn't it about the money from the movie because it did so well?
He was just an abusive and a drunk.
Yeah, I knew he was abusive in the first place. But I think it said somewhere where he thought she died. He would
As
get
her career success increased, became increasingly angry and pleaded to kill himself, his wife, and his daughter.
Yeah, like I think she was making all that money and it was in a pool account till she turned 18 and he wanted it.
Oh, he killed himself too.
Yeah, he just wiped it. And maybe I am wrong. That's just what I remember hearing.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
this was
yeah.
like 15 years ago. I deep dove into this. There we go. Yeah, it's a crazy story, man.
Dang. You can check out Beam. I believe they're starting their giveaway pretty soon. Type in exclamation giveaway.
Computer looks
And
beautiful.
you should get some info about that.
Wait, go back, Brad. Go back to your side. When are we getting more to this?
This? I don't know.
It'd be nice. Very landed. How many boxes? Give him my address.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to stop calling.
Oh, are you?
It's just, I still need caffeine, but like one of those is still not nearly the caffeine I get.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get more coffee too after this. Everyone has a vice, dude. Caffeine's my vice.
Yeah. All right, sweet guys. We're gonna bring this back. Started getting tested, and it most likely will go out today. But yeah, we're still here. We're just getting ready to go. But yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you soon.
He went to my
See you guys.
restaurant.